Tonight we've had some rain before this ball game. In fact, it may be still misting a little bit, but a good crowd here tonight in Elgin to watch this football game. Earlier this week, Bill Martin had a chance to talk to the coaches about the importance of this game, even though neither one of them is going to the playoffs. And here's what they had to say.
Coach, it's not for any kind of a playoff or anything, but it's always a big game between Larkin and Elgin. Tell me a little bit about this ball game.
Well, it's a real big ball game every year, regardless of how either team is done. And, of course, we're traditional rivals. In the Upstate 8, the last game of the season has always been played against your traditional rival. And, of course, Elgin is that. And regardless of how your season, whether you're in the state playoffs or whatever, that's a real big game for either school.
Well, Elgin-Larkin game is always exciting. It really doesn't make any difference whether you're playing for a championship or playing to see who's in last place, but it's still a good football game. I always tell the kids, you don't have to be in the playoffs to play football. You just got to like to hit and tackle and to block. And so we're going into it with that idea. We've had a lot of fun at practice this week. We had a lot of fun last week at practice. Seems like the pressure's off the kids altogether. They're having more fun in practice than they ever had. So I don't know. I really think it's going to be a good ball game. I have a lot of respect for Coach Haley, and I know he has some very fine athletes, and they've had a disappointing season as of we, and I think it'll be a good ball game.
Let me ask you, you said you have fun in practice. Does this make your team play better in the games, do you feel?
Well, I don't know. It sure makes it a lot easier to coach. I have a fine group of young men there, and we've been unfortunate not winning too many. But
so there you have the coaches' thoughts about tonight's game, and we're just moments away from the kickoff of tonight's game here at Elgin's Memorial Field. The Upstate 8 Conference standings, there is one team that is already clinched and is already in the playoffs, another team that has virtually clinched up a spot as well, and two teams a little bit on the bubble going into this last weekend of the regular season play. And let's see if we can show you the Upstate 8 Conference standings. The team on top there, you see them, the Streamwood Sabres. Suffered a conference loss this year to the hands of West Aurora, but they are still on top, and they clinched the conference a week ago. They are up there at 5-1. St. Charles is also in the playoffs, even though they have no chance for the conference championship. They are at 6-2 overall, 4-2 in the Upstate 8. West Aurora and Lake Park, both teams are 4-2 in the Upstate 8, and both teams are battling for a playoff spot in this final weekend. And Larkin, 3-3 and 4-4 overall. And Elgin, you see near the bottom there, at 1-5 in the conference and 2-6 overall. But you can throw all that out tonight, even though neither one of these two teams is going for the state football playoffs. It'll be a big ball game nonetheless. We also have a look at the starters for tonight's ball game between the Larkin Royals of Coach Haley and also the Elgin Maroons of Coach Dick Stevens. Elgin High School's Maroons quarterback will be Scott Sturmitz. Now, he is also a very good rushing quarterback as well. He's up there among the team leaders in rushing the football as well. He was a converted halfback from a year ago. You remember last year when they went to the playoffs into the all the way into the third round of the playoffs, they had Scott Hoffman as their quarterback. Scott Sturmitz has taken over the reins this year. He's the quarterback. Also in the backfield tonight, I'll have John Fountain, a senior, along with Jim Atmanavicius. He's also a senior. He'll be lining up at the tailback position tonight. Jamal Coleman is a senior at a wide receiver spot. They work the double tight ends in Greg Weber, number 81, a junior, and number 89, Greg Baddock, a senior. He's got the experience. And they've got a big offensive line anchored by the middleman, the center, Dan Tripp, a junior. Left guard is Jim Entwistle. The right guard is Paul Pennington. And the two tackles, the left side is David Riley, a senior, and Mike Savino, the right tackle, is a senior. So they've got some pretty good size, Dave, in that offensive line.
Yeah, they're doing it, and I think they've been coming of age as of late. They've got a couple young players in there with Pennington and Tripp, and the last two ball games they've done a much better job. They've had a couple of tough ball games against two playoff teams, or two potential playoff teams in Lake Park and St. Charles.
So we're just about ready for the start of tonight's game. We'll get to the other starters in a moment after we come back. Stay tuned for high school football between Elgin and Larkin on Centel Sports. The field is just about set for the kickoff. You've got the Elgin High School band on the field right now. There you see the Maroons coming out of the locker room area, getting ready to march onto the field in their final game of 1988 in the regular season. Rick Gooby along with Dave Cookland. Karen Anderson is with us here tonight. Hope you'll enjoy the ball game here on Centel Sports. We had a chance to look at the Elgin offense before we went to the break, and now we come back with the Elgin defense and the starters for tonight's game for Coach Dick Stevens. By the way, this game is a home game tonight for Elgin. They are in their home uniforms, which are the maroon colored jersey. There you see Scott Sturmitz, who will start at strong safety. The other safety will be Keith Hyatt, number 4. The nose guard in the middle of the line will be Bob Weidrich. Dan Tripp, who plays at center, will be one of the linebackers. Jim Entwistle is a good linebacker, number 68. Paul Pennington, the sophomore, on the defensive line at tackle, along with Scott Davis, a junior. And the defensive end positions are manned by David Riley, the senior, and Greg Weber, a junior. They're good. Mike Williams and Greg Baddock are the 2 cornerbacks for the Elgin defense tonight. On the other hand, the Larkin offense is led by their quarterback, Brian Jensen, a senior. He's a very good quarterback. A little bit of a disappointing season, but nonetheless, he'll be the man to watch for the Royals tonight. Jeff Herman is the running back, a senior. Tim Dahl, number 32, also joins him in the backfield along with Ray Godfrey. The split end, Brett Nemmers is not in uniform here tonight. He's under the weather, so he'll be replaced in the starting lineup. Paul Snowhite, Dan Adams, Brad Besch, Rick Young, and Jeff Schabert, along with Eric Swanson, make up the rest of the Royal offense. And quickly to the Royal defense. Larry Hibbler is a senior at left end. Right end is Joel Jossert. Jesse Velazquez is the left tackle. The right tackle is Bob Lowe. Derek Kyles is the middleman, the nose guard. The linebackers, they use 2 of them, Carl Talon and Rick Young. The cornerbacks are Brian Eccles and Rob Abdallah. Brett Nemmers, as we said, is not in uniform tonight. There'll be a substitute there. The safety at strong safety is Bill Nakanesny. He's a senior. So there you have the lineups, and the PA will introduce the lineups as well on the field tonight. Should be a good ball game here. The battle for Elgin here in 1988. And Karen, you've had a chance to look into some of the history of this ball game. It is a very intense rivalry for a lot of these players. As Dave said, a lot of them are friends, but not on the football field.
This certainly is an intense rivalry dating back to 1963. Larkin leads the series 13-12, and Elgin has won the last 2 straight and 4 out of the last 5. So Larkin would figure to win this game. They were picked to do well this season, but had been a bit of a disappointment. So they're looking to redeem themselves here this evening.
Okay, Dave, take out your wallet here.
Well, this is a ball game that, you know, it comes down to it. It's a fun game, and the kids after the ball game realize what it was all about, and it's kind of a stepping stone to build towards next season, and it can help to heal a lot of wounds for what might have gone wrong during the course of the season. Both ball clubs, you know, they're going to play awful hard out there, and it's a shame the weather is the way it is, but I think regardless, we're going to see a good ball game out there on Memorial Field.
Good football weather.
Yeah, great. I'm sure they're going to love playing in this field tonight. There's a mist falling down, pretty steady mist too. The field is slippery. Pretty good condition for this time of year, so it should be a good ball game. I will expect maybe the ball will stay on the ground quite a bit tonight, especially maybe on the hands of Elgin, who like to run the football quite a bit.
Yeah, I think both these ball clubs traditionally are ground-oriented. Coach Stevens and Coach Haley have faced each other a number of times, as Coach Stevens used to be at Elgin High before he had a brief leave of absence. And they know a lot about each other, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises. I think it's just going to come down to banging heads with each other.
Well, as Karen said, Larkin is on top in the overall series, 13 games to 12. That'll indicate how close this series has been over the years. Elgin, of course, was a very successful team a year ago. They finished the overall record 9-3, including 3 playoff games. And Larkin didn't get to the playoffs a year ago. They had a chance to do it this year. A little bit of a disappointing season, but nonetheless, they have a chance to finish plus 500 here tonight, both in the conference and overall. So they have a lot of incentive in this ball game. There you see some of the Elgin Maroons being introduced. In the middle of the football field, number 22, Scott Sturmitz, the standout on the offense, and also the strong safety defensively. Some of the other big linemen getting a chance to be introduced. Another part of this game is the emotional aspect, too, for the seniors tonight in uniform. This will be their final high school football game.
Yeah, this is the one you look at. It's kind of a shame it all has to end, but it's something to build on and something for the kids to remember. I know that years down the road, they're going to remember this game. An interesting sidelight I mentioned to you earlier, Rick. Coach Terry Schabert of Larkin and Tony Sturmitz, Scott Sturmitz's father, were teammates on a Larkin squad a number of years ago and graduated together and actually stood up in each other's weddings. And now both of their sons are playing against each other in this ball game.
A lot of interesting sidelights here in tonight's ball game. We're just about getting set to get kicked off. There you see the Elgin huddle breaking for the last time at the middle of the field. They'll come out and line it up. Karen, you've got to look at the officials here tonight. We'll also have the benefit of the wireless microphone on our referee.
The referee is Jerry Iserman this evening. Linesman John Widmeyer. Umpire Ken Swanson. Line judge Ed Moricoli, and back judge Al Jackson.
Jerry Iserman, we've had a chance to referee one of our ball games earlier this year on Centel, and he'll have a chance again maybe to redeem himself tonight, right? He'll be looking for me after the game, I'm sure. So we're just about set to go. Larkin will kick it off, and Elgin will send 2 men back as twin safeties to receive this kickoff. Very misty, heavy air tonight, so kicks may not be flying, sailing in the breeze too much, although there is a pretty strong breeze here tonight. And in the first quarter, it'll be at the Larkin Royals' back as they kick it off. There you see lining it up to do the honors, Rios. And we're set to go. And there's the kickoff. Kind of a short kick taken by one of the up backs, and is bobbled, still on the ground, and going back and getting hammered. And a big pileup is one of the deep men for Elgin. And they'll unpile that collision right there. It looks like in the middle of that was Edgar Perez for Elgin, who had problems handling the kickoff, number 44. And he had to dive for the loose football. He was dropped immediately, so the Maroons kind of start off deep in their own end. The ball marked at the 15-yard line. So the Elgin Maroon offense, led by Scott Sturmitz, number 22, lines up. 1st and 10. They line up in the I formation behind him. Everybody in tight, 1 wide receiver in left. The handoff goes to the 2nd man through. Now there's a fake and a little option right, and there goes Sturmitz breaking into the secondary. He's outside the 35-yard line, all the way out to about the 37. A great little fake there as he faked in the middle of the line to the fullback and just kept it around right end. Had a couple of blockers out in front of him, and right away picks up 22 yards on a 1st down.
Well, as you mentioned, it was a great play-action fake there by Sturmitz. And number 68, Jim Entwistle, got out on the sweep in front and did a nice job of turning the defense player outside, and Sturmitz read it and turned the ball inside for a nice gain.
So it gets him in a much better field position at the 37 with the 1st down. Again, they line up in the I. Sturmitz, 1st man through. This time he does hand it off and going nowhere. It looks like Fountain in the middle of the line, number 25. John Fountain, a 5'11", 175-pound senior. His first crack at a rushing attempt tonight. He gets it out for maybe a couple of yards out to the 39. 2nd down and 8. Here you see the big Larkin defense. 67 anchors the middle. Jeff Shabert, 6'3". He's a big kid at 233. They've got some good size up front. Again, they line up in the I, the Maroons do. Fountain, the up back. There's a fake and a bootleg left. Kept by Sturmitz. He cuts it back inside. He's out over the 40-yard line, out close to a 1st down as he's out past the 45 and finally tripped up over there. Getting inside for the tackle was Bob Lowe for the Royals, but not before Sturmitz picks up close to a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and maybe about a yard to go.
Well, there we saw basically the same play except to the other side of the field, and this time number 75, Paul Pennington, got out on the sweep and made a nice block where Sturmitz was able to turn it in again. Larkin seems to be keying on that dive back, and I think they're going to try and take that away. Now, I don't think Elgin's going to be able to have that same success throughout the evening as they're going to start making some adjustments to Sturmitz.
Here we go with the 3rd down and 1 play. The play coming in from the sidelines. Sturmitz, 2nd man through. 1st down and more out near the midfield stripe. Plunging through the hole. 2nd man through as they unpile. Let's see, it's number 24 on your screen. Eric Boney coming into the game. He's usually a wide receiver, but he had a chance to line up in the backfield. And he got a chance to handle the ball and gets the big 1st down out to midfield. There you see him on the sidelines after getting the 1st down.
Number 78, Mike Savino, led the way for him on that play.
Good blocking up front. They got some good push to get that 1st down with plenty to spare. Here we go, 1st and 10 right at midfield. Pitch back goes to the 2nd man, Etman Vicious. He rides the left side, gets to the sideline, is bumped out of bounds a little bit rudely over there, but gets up after picking about 6 yards up on the play. Tom Emmert coming over from a cornerback spot to knock him out of bounds, but a good pickup on 1st down to about the Larkin 43-yard line, a gain of nearly 7.
one area where the Maroons started to have a little more success offensively was when they made a change by moving Johnny Fountain up to the fullback spot and moving Jim Entwils into the interior line. And it's created an opening for Admanavicius and Boney to carry the ball at the tailback spot.
So the Maroons keeping it on the ground here in this first series and doing well. That's their second first down moments ago. Here we go with a 2nd and 3. Everybody in tight, pitch out to the second man through. That's Boney again. Twists near the 40-yard line, following the left side of the line. Getting to the outside, and Eric Boney was also, you'll see tonight, as the place kicker and the punter, getting his chance for a second carry and near a first down. In fact, he might have it at the 40-yard line. He does. The officials will move the chains up 10 more, and the Maroons are putting together a nice ball control drive here in the first quarter.
Yeah, there might be a little change from the last couple of years. The last few years has been traditionally a pretty low-scoring, defensive-geared ball game, but we know the Royals have a potent offense, and the Maroons are currently moving the football.
Scott Sturmitz lines up behind the big center, Dan Tripp, and here we go. First down play at the 40-yard line. There's the pitch back. Admanavicius sweeping the left side. He's got some room, bumped out of bounds hard. Getting down near the 35-yard line.
The junior, Carl Talon, number 43, with that block.
Carl Talon coming up as a linebacker, making the hit on the play. A gain of nearly 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball marked at about the 36-yard line. They're working a lot to that short side of the field here. There you see the Elgin offense on your screen. Number 89, the big tight end, Greg Baddock. They use a double tight end scheme. And he lines up to the right of the quarterback this time. One wide receiver way out to the far sideline. Sturmitz hands off, second man through, driving forward for the first down, and maybe a little bit more inside, or close to the 30, actually, is where they're going to mark the progress. Eric Boney once again. Number 24, he seems to be the big play man for whenever they need the first down here in this first series. He's out near the 30-yard line.
And he's one of those examples of where this game is a big stepping stone. He's a junior, and he seems to be feeling a little more comfortable in the backfield. He could be a key player for next year for the Maroons.
It's going to be marked about maybe inches shy of the first down. And now the Maroons are going to take a timeout. No, an official's timeout. Looked like maybe Elgin had some confusion with the sideline play, but instead the officials will take a time right here. In fact, they may even bring on the chains. It's that close.
No, this is one of those situations where if they are short, you may look for the Maroons to try something a little different here, a big play on this down, because they know that they can come back on 4th down and go for it again as they're at the 30-yard line.
Okay, there's the replay, and Boney sweeping along the right side just got knocked inches shy of the first down. I thought maybe they were going to bring on the chains, but instead they're going to keep it at 3rd and inches. So the Maroons driving early here on the opening kickoff. After fumbling the kickoff, they move from their own 15 all the way down to the Larkin 30. All on the ground, too. Here we go. There's the sneak by Sturmitz, straight ahead and plenty of yards up the middle, following Tripp the center. Down near the 25, in fact, maybe inside the 25. It's a first down. They're going to call it right on the 25-yard line, and the Maroons keep the drive going with 8 minutes to go in the quarter. So Dan Tripp, 5'11", 185-pounder. And Sturmitz just got the handoff from center. The snap from center just followed his way through behind Tripp for the first down. Here we go, 1st and 10. Sturmitz going to roll the option right, keeps it himself, tucks it in, and is dropped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Coming in with good pursuit right over there, 56 for Elgin. For Elgin Larkin, that is. Adam Lance on the screen, getting a chance to play, and a good read on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and maybe a 9-yard. Give him a yard on the play at about the 24-yard line. Jamal Coleman, wide receiver, lines up to the right of the quarterback here in this formation. They line up in the I once again. Fountain is the up back. Admanavicius gets the handoff, second man through, goes along the left side, is knocked down as he tries to get into the secondary. 46 over there for Larkin. Bob Abdallah making the tackle with a couple of other teammates. A gain of maybe 2 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 7. This will be an interesting play call now for Coach Dick Stevens. He's had 3rd and short on this drive previously. Now he's faced with 3rd and 7. And I'm sure they're in 4-down territory right here. I formation. Sturmitz fakes. Play action. Throws the middle of the field. He's got his man there. Inside the 15, all the way down to about the 11-yard line is Greg Weber, the big junior tight end. The 6-foot target makes the catch after a nice play action fake by Sturmitz, and they'll mark it at about the 12-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, what we saw there was play action. Number 89, Greg Baddock, released. You'll see number 89, Greg Baddock, released straight up the middle here. He was open, but with the wind blowing the way it is, it's tough to throw the ball with any very much distance.
Nice fake into the line on the fake handoff to Atman Vicious, and then the play action throw to Weber for the 1st down. Here we go, 1st and 10. A nice ball control drive. The clock keeps moving. Sturmitz on 1st down, sweeps the left side, cuts it inside the block, and is maybe down to the 10-yard line. Is getting out there. Fountain tried to throw a block to spring him to the outside, but very little negotiating room there. Good pursuit there by number, looked like 68 on the screen, Rick Young.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there, Rick, when you said pursuit. As you mentioned, Johnny Fountain threw a heck of a block, but that Larkin defense did a heck of a job of pursuing the ball carrier and holding basically to a very short game.
2nd down, they still mark it at about the 11, so 2nd down and about 9 yards to go. Here's Sturmitz, the pitch back on 2nd down. Atman Vicious sweeps the left side, the short side of the field, and really not much room to run, and he's knocked out of bounds on the far side. Again, Bob Abdallah coming up, number 46. And also getting over there, a couple of other linebackers for Elgin Larkin. Another short yardage situation there as they pick up maybe a yard sweeping the far side of the field, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Again, they mark it at the 9.
Well, one tendency we've been able to look at here, as you mentioned earlier, the Maroons have tended to go to the short side of the field quite consistently.
So here we go with another 3rd down play call. Stevens brings in the play from the sidelines. Here we go. Sturmitz going to roll right. Still looking. Throws the ball in the corner. Incomplete. He had 2 receivers out there in the corner. Both tight ends, Weber and Baddock, and the ball falls incomplete between them. It'll bring up 4th down. So they tried to get Sturmitz on the rollout to the outside to give him some time to set up, and he threw it off the run and just hung it up there a little bit too high, and his receivers couldn't run underneath it. And he's throwing into the teeth of that wind here in this quarter. We'll see it on the, well, actually we're going to have the 4th down, and now we're going to have an official's timeout, I believe. Here's the rollout by Sturmitz. See him bobble the football right there. He just did get the handle of it, had to throw it in a hurry, and threw it incomplete. Here we go. They're going to go for the field goal. Boney on to try it from about 27. A low snap. The kick from the left hash mark is up, and it's good.
Well, I tell you what, the key to that play right there was number 81, Greg Weber. The snap was a little low on the grass, and he just did a heck of a job of picking it off the grass and getting it down for Boney.
Boney got it down. Officially a 27-yarder. It was put down at the 17, add the 10 of the end zone, and the Elgin Maroons lead it 3-0 here with 5:24 left to go in the 1st quarter. So a nice drive. They can't get it into the end zone, but they chew up about 6.5 minutes of the clock here, and they lead it 3-0. So they pretty much went on the ground there, the Maroons did, except for that 1 1st down catch by Weber. And when they failed on 3rd down there before, near the 9-yard line, they went for the field goal, and into the teeth of that wind, Boney just did get it across. The officials signaling good from 27 yards out, and the Maroons grab the lead first here tonight. So now the Maroons will kick it off, and Boney will do those honors once again. So the Larkin Royals will get a chance to see their offense for the first time tonight. Rain, the mist blowing, coming down very strong. In fact, a lot of people with umbrellas having a tough time holding on to them here at Elgin's Memorial Field. And here we go. Let's see. It's going to be an onside kick. The ball is still loose and picked up by Elgin. Elgin signaling that they have the football. Let's see how the officials think. Number 23 coming up with it right there is Roy Peters. I don't know if that one went 10 yards or not before Elgin was able to get their hands on it. And Brian Jensen, number 11 for Larkin, the quarterback, on the field arguing his point. Let's see. I think they're going to give the ball maybe to Elgin. Let's see.
I don't even think that it hit a Larkin player.
Well, all it has to really do is go 10 yards, and then it's a free football. The question is, did it go 10 yards before Elgin got control of it?
I think what happened there, number 23, Peters, did do a nice job of being patient and waiting for the ball to go 10 yards. It hung up in the air when it bounced there.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Elgin. He did get it just outside the 50. In fact, in Larkin territories where they mark it down at the 49-yard line. So the Maroons, into the teeth of that wind, go with an onside kick, and they recover the football. Good play by Stevens from the sidelines, calling that one. And now the officials are going to take a timeout here. Larkin is still talking about this one with some of the lines people. The lines judge, also the referee. Iserman getting involved in that, but Larkin has the defense back on the field. Maroons with the offense once again will start 1st and 10. Here we go, one wide receiver to the left, the I formation. Play action fake by Sturmitz. He's going to air it out. He's got a man down there, Bannock, and he makes the catch. All the way down to the 11-yard line as Bannock one-on-one with the coverage, and he had the height on that man covering him, number 40, Larry Hibbler, and he just reached up and made the grab at the 11-yard line. A gain of nearly 40 yards on the play.
I tell you see Coach Stevens pulling out all the stops here early. After they make the big play on the onside kick, they come right back and go for the big play on the first offensive play.
That is a great throw in the wind by Sturmitz. He got it out there 45 yards in the air, and Bannock made a nice catch at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10, the pitch out, Boney, he slips down, and he's going to be marked down right there at about the 15. Eric Boney trying to get outside on the sweep. Tried to cut it on the wet field and went down and hit the knee, and immediately the officials mark it there at the 15. It'll be a loss of 4. 2nd down, 14 yards to go.
Well, this is where that Larkin defense really has to buckle down and hold them here and hope that they can force another field goal attempt and possibly swing the momentum back a little bit.
Here we go, 2nd down play coming up. Bannock in tight to the right. Looks like no wide receivers in this formation. Here's Sturmitz, and he's going to be nailed right at the line. We have a flag down, our first flag of the evening. The penalty, it may go against Larkin here as Sturmitz kept onto the football and the fake into the line. And we're going to have a face mask against Larkin right here. A little bit overzealous in the line, excuse me, but they got called for it.
Yeah, we saw something a little different again from the Maroons there. They put Jim Entwistle back in the backfield, went with a power I formation, and it looked like they were going to run a little option football that time.
On the defense, 2nd down.
Jerry Iserman, your referee, face mask. They're going to mark the ball inside the 10. In fact, at about the 8-yard line. It'll not be an automatic 1st down. It's 2nd down. 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Sturmitz fakes the handoff, goes to the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Trying to thread the pass into the corner again, looking for Bannock, number 89. The pass a little bit behind him, and he lost his footing a little bit in the corner. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down.
That Larkin defense just did a nice job all the way around that time. They had good penetration in the defensive line and put some pressure on Sturmitz, and the defensive backfield did a fine job of covering the Maroon receivers.
So here we go with a 3rd down situation. The ball marked at the 8-yard line. They still can get a 1st down, but they have to get down to the 1-yard line to do so.
An elbow receiver on the offense. Down to still 2.
We had a flag there that I didn't see.
2nd down.
Iserman, the referee, saying an illegal receiver downfield, so they're going to push it outside the 10-yard line. In fact, mark it out to about the 13. It'll bring up 2nd down over once again, but 2nd and 12 now from the 13-yard line. So the flag, I couldn't catch that in there, but it's against Elgin, excuse me. An illegal man downfield. 2nd down play. Here's Sturmitz. Fakes, bootleg to the right, has a blocker out in front of him, cuts to the outside, inside the 5, he's down to the corner and knocked out of bounds at about the 1-foot line. He didn't get it in, but he's that close. On the bootleg right, the fake into the line, he just got a blocker out in front of him from the backfield, and a nice play all around by Sturmitz. Get into the outside, it'll bring up 1st and goal. Let's see it again on the replay as you see Sturmitz make the fake into the line. Right there, he fakes with Edmund Vicious, then sweeps the right on a design rollout on the bootleg, and he cuts inside the 5. Tried to lunge across the goal line, but didn't get there. But it brings up first and goal, and here we go. Sturmitz calls his own number. No signal yet. They may have pushed him back. I think they did, yes. Going to bring up second down as Sturmitz tried to go behind center and left guard and couldn't get in. Some of those big people up front for Larkin stuffing the hole immediately. It's second down and goal. There you see one of them, number 50, Jesse Velasquez in the middle. The senior in on that play.
Yeah, once again, we saw the Maroons go to that power I formation with Entwistle moving back into the fullback spot.
3:10 to go in the first quarter. Elgin has controlled the football the entire quarter. They lead 3-0. They're threatening to make it 10-0. Second down play, Sturmitz. Let's see if they call his number again. They do, and it's no signal yet again. The longer the signal goes, the more it probably will not be a touchdown. Now they do signal it in. There you see Jerry Eisenman in the white cap raising the arm. Sturmitz gets in from 1 yard out after the officials unpile him at the goal line, and Elgin leads it 9-0.
I tell you what, I tend to agree with you. Usually when you see a delay in the call like that, you're not going to see the touchdown call. But that was not the case.
They just couldn't find Sturmitz in that pile, and when they finally unpiled from the top of him, he was apparently over the goal line, so they give him the 6 points. And here we go with the extra point attempt. Eric Boney on with Weber the holder. Good snap. Weber gets it down. The kick is up, and it's good. So Boney is perfect tonight, the field goal and the extra point, and Elgin with 2:53 to go in the quarter on top in this battle for bragging rights in Elgin in 1988. They lead it 10-0. Nice drive, Karen, and the surprise element with the onside kick paid off. Right after that, they went with a 40-yard bomb to Baddock and set him up, and they got it into the end zone with Sturmitz.
Well, Dick Stevens is certainly going all out here. He's showing how aggressive he can be, even though they might appear to be the underdog here this evening.
Let's see the replay here, and I don't know if we'll be able to keep it long enough to see the officials' arms raise up into the air, but there's Sturmitz, and there's still no signal yet. In fact, Larkin is still trying to push him back. See a little bit of bumping in there, and there's finally a lot of players involved, and there's the official signaling for the touchdown after he saw Sturmitz in the middle of that pileup. So nothing, and Boney will kick off again. I'm sure he'll probably kick straight away this time. You never know, however. Again, the wind is in their face here as he kicks it off.
Oh,
another short kick, a little bit of a squib. It's still up in the air, and Elgin's got it again. Elgin has got the football again, and it's going to be at about the 41-yard line. Let's see as they unpile number 21, one of the last men up. Brady Bailey, a junior, coming up, may have gotten the football as that ball was squibbed. It got past the initial wave of Larkin defenders, and then Bailey and a host of others got there for Elgin to win the race to the football, and it's marked at the 42. The Maroons are back on offense once again.
You're going to see here, Boney, you can't ask him to do a much better job on the onside kick. He just kicked it in between the two lines of the receiving team here.
Okay, here it comes, and there you see it, not too well covered over there by Larkin on that side of the field, and the Maroons got the foot race and won it and get the football. Here's Sturmitz on first down, calling his own number along the right side, and he's got next to nothing at about the 41-yard line on a rollout as he's dragged down there by 75, Paul Snowhite for Elgin Larkin. Scott Sturmitz and his offense have been on the field the entire 10 minutes of this first quarter. Larkin's got to be wondering if they needed to dress their offense here tonight. Here we go, second down play, about 9 yards to go. Ball marked at the 41. They line up in the I. One wide receiver out to the left is Coleman. Pitch back, goes to the second man. Boney sweeps the right side. He's got a block, but the hole is sealed off. Now we're going to have a late flag on the end of it near the sidelines, and the Elgin bench is Boney knocked down kind of hard. Let's see if he might not have been out of bounds when that hit occurred, and it could have been a late hit over there for Larkin. Personal foul against the Royals. And that's going to hurt. That's going to give them an automatic first all the way down inside the 30-yard line as they mark it off. In fact, all the way down to the 22. Well, Larkin really hurting himself with penalties here.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Rick, there's a lot of emotion involved in this ball game, and I think what the officials are trying to do here is kind of keep a lid on things so it doesn't get carried away.
Hit on the defense, first down.
Got to wonder if Boney might not have been out of bounds when that hit occurred in front of his own bench. Personal foul, 15-yard walk-off against the Royal defense. And Elgin threatening again down to the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. One wide receiver, Sturmitz, first man through, play action fake over the middle, and bobbling the football is Weber on the little look-in pass as he faked to the up-back Fountain. And Weber just couldn't hold on to the football. He would have had it down near the 10-yard line if he hung on. 1:30 on the clock here, 2nd down and 10. And that Larkin defense got to be tired right now. They have not sat out except for the kickoffs here in this first quarter. In fact, a lot of those players are probably on the special teams as well, so they have not taken a break at all from the defensive side of the football. Sturmitz on 2nd down. Might have been some movement there. We see the flag. Sturmitz the fake, throws into the end zone for Baddick, and the ball is short. The wind got a hold of it. It's incomplete near the goal line. And you see the flag. It's actually down back near the 30-yard line. I think it's going to be motion against Elgin right here. Looked like Fountain might have got up a little bit early out of that 3-point stance before the play developed. You saw that throw by Sturmitz get hung up in that wind. It almost looked like a punt.
Yeah, it looked like the ball hit a wall about halfway down the field there.
Here we go, Jerry Iserman again. Let's see if it is motion.
Legal motion on the offense. Decline. Down to 3.
Larkin declines because of the incompletion, and it brings up 3rd and 10. Ball stays at the 21-yard line. Coleman lines up wide right. He faces single coverage. Tight ends on each side of quarterback Sturmitz. They line up in the I formation. Here's the fake. Here's the reverse. Sweeping the left side. Baddick trying to get to the outside. He breaks a tackle. He's inside the 20-yard line all the way down near the 15 on the far side of the field. Greg Baddick on a little tight end reverse coming from right to left. And it worked well. He broke a foot tackle near the line of scrimmage and got into the secondary. It's still short of the 1st down, but it's going to be marked at about the 13-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Or check that. They give him the 1st.
Yeah, Baddick gives that Maroon offense an extra dimension as he's got tremendous speed for a high school tight end. He's able to get downfield on a pass play, and you don't very often see a tight end reverse.
Well, he got out of bounds right at the point of where the sticks were. He got out actually at the 11-yard line, and the officials don't even measure it. They give him the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 at the 11. And watch it again as Baddick will come around. He's lined up wide right, number 80, or a tight end right, number 89. He gets the handoff coming around, breaks the tackle there, has a blocker out in front of him there, and lunges to the 11-yard line for the 1st down. Here we go, 1st down play. Sturmitz keeps on the option left. He gets to the far side, and a host of players get over there to knock him out of bounds. Scott Sturmitz getting inside the 10. Going to be very close to about the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal. Or excuse me, 2nd down, actually about 4 yards to go. They can still get another 1st down at the 1-yard line as we have 49 seconds to go here in the quarter, but the clock is stopped. Dick Stevens getting his offensive playbook. A pretty good look tonight here in this first quarter. He's going to control it, looks like, for all 12 minutes. 2 tight ends remain. Baddick lined up to the right. Power I, handoff, goes to one of the men in the backfield. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Admon Vicious, number 33, got the carry, and he may have gotten back to the 5-yard line. No more than that. It'll bring up 3rd down. And let's see if Elgin is able to get one more play off here as it's inside of 30 seconds. They may just wait here and wait for the end of the quarter if they can. And get a chance to come back to the sideline, open up the 2nd quarter with a play call. Well, they get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, so they will be able to get this one off. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The ball marked at the 4-yard line. Sturmitz sets the offense. There's the fake. He's going to roll right, has a blocker out in front, eludes a man, dives inside the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. Scott Sturmitz on the quarterback keeper around the end on the option. Fake to the fullback, kept it around the right side and got it just over the goal line from 6 yards out. And the Maroons, with a 2nd to go in the quarter, lead it 16-0.
Oh, I tell you, that was nothing but desire by number 22, Scott Sturmitz. He was able to keep his footing, make a nice cut inside, and make that good, strong dive to the end zone.
Here's Boney on for the extra point. There's the snap. It's a good one. Here's the rush. The kick is up. And we have no signal yet. It's no good. Iserman now unpiles everybody. So that one is missed by Boney.
Looks like that was partially blocked.
Yeah, partially tipped on the line. A pretty good rush there by the Larkin defense on the line. 1 second to go in the first quarter. It's been all Elgin here at Memorial Field. 16-0. The Maroons on top here.
Well, you know, that missed extra point or blocked extra point could come into play as a big play, because now that creates a situation where the Royals need 2 scores only to tie the game if they do complete the 2-point conversions on both the touchdowns.
Well, first they got to get their hands on the football, though.
What do you think? Another onside kick?
Well, a second to go. I'm sure the thinking for Dick Stevens, with the strong wind as it is and the rain in this first quarter, why not go for it, even though you've got the lead, and it's worked twice. With a second to go, will he do it again? Let's see. Boney lines it up at the 40, kind of near the left hash mark.
And the defense number 80 signaling for his members to come up a little closer.
Yeah, only about 4 men on the line there at the 50-yard line for Larkin. Here we go. Here's Boney's kick, number 24. This time he boots it straight away. A line drive kick. It sails through the hands of the receiving man. It's going to go inside the 15 as the horn sounds, out of bounds. I believe the Larkin man touched the football, so the kick was not out of bounds and would not result in a penalty. As we come to the end of the first quarter, Larkin is going to get the football in pretty lousy field conditions right here at about their own 16-yard line as the second quarter will begin. So that's the end of the first quarter from Elgin's Memorial Field on Centel Sports. And Elgin has dominated play. They lead Larkin 16-0. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly after this. Karen Anderson here for Centel Sports from Elgin's Memorial Field. As we come back, let's see that last touchdown of the first quarter by Elgin. There's Sturmitz calling his own number 22, the quarterback, cuts inside a block and dives over the goal line to make it 16-0. They missed the extra point. Sturmitz, a happy young man right there as his team dominates play. And in fact, on that kickoff, instead of the 15-yard line, Larkin actually has it back at their own 8-yard line where it went out of bounds. So they start 1st and 10, the first time tonight on offense. Jensen, handoff, second man through. Diving forward is Jeff Herman, number 25, and he's outside the 10-yard line, very close to near the 15. A nice gain on first down, a gain of nearly 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Oh, we get a chance to see that Larkin offense now. They've got some fine athletes, especially in that backfield. Brian Jensen, Jeff Herman, Tim Dahl, and Godfrey are all very good offensive players.
We see the Elgin band here very happy with the results thus far. Second down play. Again, it looks like Herman along the left side. Short yardage at best as he's outside the 15-yard line. Check that. It looked like 23 or 33. 22, okay. Dahl. Getting the handoff there, Tim Dahl, a 5'10 senior, and he got short yardage along the left side. Driving rain here tonight. Not a very strong rain, but misting quite heavily, and with a strong wind, it's been very tough, especially for Larkin. Here we go with a third down play. First man through. They've got the first down out to about the 19-yard line. Again, it looks like Herman, the money man, gets it outside the about the 19-yard line. It'll bring up a first down as they pick it up on the ground. Coach Ray Haley on the sidelines bringing in plays with the receivers. Checking out of the ball game there, Joe Imburgia, 6'2 junior at a wide receiver. They bring in the plays with another wide receiver. Pretty much everybody in tight. They line up and kind of like the wishbone. The handoff goes the second man through, diving over the left side. Again, it might have looked like Dahl on the play, and he's out, maybe outside the 20-yard line. A short gain on the play, a gain of 3. They mark it at about the 25. Kind of tough to spot the field position from this side of the field. But it's marked at the 25, 2nd down and 7. Driving rain, getting and collecting on the windows here at Memorial Field. There's a second down handoff by Jensen. Larkin conservative here, deep in their own end. They're going to grind it out, try to move the ball on the ground up into better field position. There you see the Elgin bench calling the defensive plays. Third down, a pickup on that play of about 3. 3rd down and 4. The ball marked at about the 29. Brian Jensen, let's see if it's a throwing situation. The wind in his face here in this quarter. Here we go with the option left. Jensen still has the football, sheds a tackle, and is driven back at about the 26, or maybe the 30, excuse me. Short of the first down. Great pursuit over there, number 60, Bob Werderick, a senior coming up from a linebacker spot, along with 79 right there on your screen, Scott Davis, and they were in there first for Elgin. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, there's where I think we saw how important this win can be, as the Maroons were able to come up in almost their goal line defense there as they had 6 down linemen.
And now Elgin, a big rush, and there's the kick, just did get it off. A bouncing kick, and Elgin's going to let it go. It takes a very good Larkin roll all the way inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 26, so 44 yards with that roll by Jeff Herman. It didn't even look like he was going to get that one off. There you see the moon in the background here, the moon over Elgin on a rainy night.
I tell you, young Mr. Herman did a heck of a job, not only get that punt off, but then a heck of a punt into the wind, keeping it down low so the wind couldn't really affect it.
Elgin looked like he might have had a chance to block that kick, a kind of a high snap, and Herman on the wet fielding had a little bit of trouble getting his footing, but got a nice job, did a nice job to get the punt off and got an excellent roll in the end. Here's Sturmitz, a flag downfield. As Sturmitz along the left side of the line gets out, maybe to the 24-yard line. But let's see what this penalty is all about. It's going to go against Larkin the way Elgin is signaling. And Jerry Iserman does signal it against Larkin, so that's going to move the ball upfield for the Maroons.
Now, is that participation call we saw earlier?
Well, we'll get to hear Jerry Iserman here in a moment as he marks off the yardage outside the 30. In fact, going to set it down right at about the 40-yard line. A very big penalty of 15 yards. And here comes Jerry Iserman.
Illegal participation on the defense. First down.
Well, Dave, you hit it right on the head. Illegal participation against the defense, and Larkin having everything going against them tonight. 16-0, Elgin on top here. This is their home game tonight, the final game of the regular season in '88. There's the handoff. First man through, Boney along the right side. He's over midfield. He's still on his feet down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds inside the Larkin 40-yard line.
It's like Carl Taylor's there on the stop.
All the way down to about the 38-yard line. He got a man out in front of him, David Riley, to throw a block, and Boney with excellent speed having himself a great evening, and he gets big yardage right there all the way down to the Larkin 38. And here we go as Sturmitz out of the eye just hands to Boney, second man through. There you see 77, Riley getting out. Not much of a block, but Boney's speed got him to the sidelines for big yardage. Here we go, Sturmitz, hands off. Driving along the right side, getting knocked down on the far side of the field. Looks like John Fountain, number 25, the senior, getting out there. Pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field by Roger Greenhagel, number 17, but not before good yardage on first down, all the way down to about the 32, a gain of nearly 6 or 7 on the play. In fact, they give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. So Elgin dominating action here tonight. Second down play coming up, 3 yards to go, 8 minutes to go before halftime. I formation again behind quarterback Sturmitz. Fountain is the fullback. Sturmitz, Fountain again, along the right side, is pushed back right at about the sticks there for the first down. John Fountain, a big man in the backfield this year for Coach Stevens and the Elgin Maroons. He's a 5'11", 175-pound senior, and I think they're going to call for the measurement right here. Yes, they will.
Well, we see 2 plays in a row there. The Maroons had a little success with misdirection. They hand off to Fountain inside off the left guard. He's cutting back on the misdirection to the right side. Both times he's made very fine cuts.
Well, Dave, with Elgin with a 16-point lead, they have the wind at their backs here in this quarter. Do you think they'll try to throw the football at, or they'll just try to keep grinding it out now that they've gotten that pretty big lead?
Well, I tell you, with the way I've been calling him tonight, I wouldn't want to be playing poker against Dick Stevens because I've missed every time.
Let's see if he decides maybe to put one up here. He's got a first down on that measurement, 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Sturmitz fakes, and he's going to be bottled up and hit hard in the backfield as he tried to roll the option left. Had Edmund Vicious trailing him on the play, but he had no place to pitch, and he's knocked down hard outside the 30-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark it at about the 32, a loss of about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, the Royals had that play sewed up. Either way, you're going to see here on the replay, they not only had Sturmitz shut down, but if he had chosen to pitch the ball, they had that covered also as the cornerback came up nicely.
There you see a couple of Larkin Royals getting in there. It looked like Velasquez came up from the nose guard spot to make the hit first. And also getting over there might have been a couple of the other linebackers for Larkin, but a stop of a loss of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down 14. So Elgin threatening again with a 16-0 lead. There you see a good look at the interior line as we get ready for the second down play. Sturmitz throwing, left side incomplete as he underthrows Jamal Coleman. Jamal had one-on-one coverage over there, but he had no chance to grab that football as it was underthrown. It'll bring up third down.
We had some movement in the maroon backfield there again, I believe. I think the fullback came up a little bit early.
Let's see if Larkin, as they talk to him, decides to take this one. Legal motion is declined because of the incompletion, even though they could have pushed him back. They will accept the penalty or decline the penalty and make up a third down and 14. Ball marked at the 32-yard line.
Well, here's where they have a long ways to go, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Maroons keep the ball on the ground. With the strong wind, it's not out of reach of Eric Boney's leg.
They may just try to get it towards the middle of the football field or keep it in the middle of the football field. They're just about there right now. Here's Sturmitz. He's going to throw it. Trying to set up maybe a little bit of a screen. Rolls to the right side. Throws over there. And it's overshot for Baddock, who was standing on the sidelines. Did they give him the catch over there? I believe they did. A very short gain on the play for Baddock on the far side. Now they're going to mark it back at about the 32, so I believe it is incomplete. Tough to tell from that side of the field, but Baddock just couldn't get to that football, and it brings up fourth down. So they don't use Boney right here. They keep the offense on the field. Fourth and long. And Sturmitz runs the offense here. And now we're going to have a timeout call by Eric Boney for the Elgin offense. Didn't like the way the play was unfolding there as far as the lineup at the line of scrimmage, so they called a timeout, and that'll be their first of the night. Stops the clock with 6:49 to go. So Larkin ahead in the overall series, 13 games to 12. But tonight it's been all Elgin here on Memorial Field as they lead at 16-0, and quite a surprise when you figure that Larkin, a lot more incentive when you figure that they have a chance to end the season plus 500, even though they can't get into the playoffs. But here tonight they've been outclassed by Elgin.
Yeah, I think we saw a little change in heart there at the last second. I think the Maroons might attempt a long field goal here now.
Well, Eric Boney's been the star tonight. Rushed the ball very well, has kicked it, already gotten a field goal and an extra point. And with a very strong wind kind of at his back here, Coach Dick Stevens coming off the field, and now Boney is into the ball game. So you were right, they took the time out, and Boney's going to line it up. Weber, the holder, will set down at about the 38-yard line. This will be a 48-yard field goal by Boney. The snap is good. Boney's kick is a line drive and really no chance as it bounds at about the 10 and gets just over the goal line for the touchback. That was a free football had it stayed outside the goal line, but it rolls into the end zone. And Larkin will take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line. So Boney really no chance as that kick was a low line drive and maybe got to the 10-yard line on the fly, and the score remains 16-0. So Larkin's offense on the field for the second time tonight. They had to punt it away in their first series. Again, they start off deep in their own end, a little bit better than the last time, however. Here's Jensen faking and nowhere to run at the line of scrimmage. Is the ball carrier coming up? It looked like Dahl once again, and he had no place to go. In fact, barely got up to the 20-yard line. Check that. It was Herman once again. Jeff Herman, the 5'10 senior. The second man through, was stopped for no gain. It'll bring up second down. So Larkin into the teeth of that wind, keeping the ball on the ground here. They line up in the wishbone. Here's Jensen faking. Now he's going to throw the football. He's throwing long. He's got a man downfield, double covered, incomplete. He's trying to get it out there to 81, Rick Glover, the 5'8 senior, but he was double covered very well by Elgin, and no chances. Jensen overshot that throw.
Well, I tell you what, Brian Jensen showed us some real arm strength there as he put the ball out there quite a ways into this wind.
So Jensen gets the play from the bench. Third down call coming up now. Nearly 10 yards to go. Jensen much smaller than that offensive line in height. Has probably some trouble looking over that height when he tries to throw the football. Here we go. Straight drop back. Throws the left side of the field. He's got a man out there. Incomplete. Overshot on the far sideline. Trying to get it out to Herman. We have a flag down, I believe, on the play. And let's see what this one's all about. He's trying to get it out of the backfield to Herman out near the 50-yard line. Overshot him on the sidelines. And here comes Jerry Eiserman, the referee. Pass interference against Elgin. Larkin will get to keep the football.
Well, that could be the type of break that Larkin needed. They've been getting all the bad breaks thus far, and if they can go down and get a score before the half here, they're not in as bad a shape as you might think.
The wind playing
First
havoc.
on the defense. The first down.
The wind playing havoc almost with the lights here. Look almost like they're flickering in midfield. Look at the flag poles right there, and Larkin is battling into that wind here in the second quarter. First man through on the handoff. Gets outside the 40-yard line, or very close to it. A short gain on the play, a gain of nearly 2. The clock continues to run with 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Elgin leading at 16-0. Field goal by Boney and touchdown, 2 touchdowns for Scott Sturmitz, the quarterback. A yard out and from 5 yards out. There's the handoff. Still breaking free at the line of scrimmage into the secondary now and getting all the way out past midfield is the ball carrier on the play. It looked like it might have been Herman again. And he gets it all the way down to the maroon 45-yard line before he's finally put to the ground after breaking initial contact right near the line of scrimmage. So a big gainer along the left side. And that brings up 1st and 10 for Larkin. Here's the replay as you see him just keep those legs moving and plowing through the secondary all the way down to about the 46-yard line after being stopped initially near the line of scrimmage. So Larkin now in much better field position. Fandoff goes to the first man through. And he's inside for very short yardage on the play. It looked like it might have been Tim Dahl once again who had the chance to carry the football, and he's down to about Jensen, much smaller than that offensive line in height. Has probably some trouble looking over that height when he tries to throw the football. Here we go. Straight drop back. Throws the left side of the field. He's got a man out there. Incomplete, overshot on the far sideline. Trying to get it out to Herman. We have a flag down, I believe, on the play. And let's see what this one's all about. He's trying to get it out of the backfield to Herman out near the 50-yard line. Overshot him on the sidelines. And here comes Jerry Eiserman, the referee. Pass interference against Elgin. Larkin will get to keep the football.
Well, that could be the type of break that Larkin needed. They've been getting all the bad breaks thus far, and if they can go down and get a score before the half here, they're not in as bad a shape as you might think.
The wind playing
First
havoc.
on the defense. The first down.
The wind playing havoc almost with the lights here. Look almost like they're flickering in midfield. Look at the flag poles right there, and Larkin is battling into that win here in the second quarter. First man through on the handoff. Gets outside the 40-yard line, or very close to it. A short gain on the play, a gain of nearly 2. The clock continues to run with 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Elgin leading at 16-0. Field goal by Boney and touchdown, 2 touchdowns for Scott Sturmitz, the quarterback. A yard out and from 5 yards out. There's the handoff. Still breaking free at the line of scrimmage into the secondary now and getting all the way out past midfield is the ball carrier on the play. It looked like it might have been Herman again. And he gets it all the way down to the maroon 45-yard line before he's finally put to the ground after breaking initial contact right near the line of scrimmage. So a big gainer along the left side. And that brings up 1st and 10 for Larkin. Here's the replay as you see him just keep those legs moving and plowing through the secondary all the way down to about the 46-yard line after being stopped initially near the line of scrimmage. So Larkin now in much better field position. Fandoff goes to the first man through. And he's inside for very short yardage on the play. It looked like it might have been Tim Dahl once again who had the chance to carry the football, and he's down to about the 43-yard line. It brings up second down, about 7 yards to go, and a gain of 3. Dahl is a senior at 5'10", number 32. Brian Jensen, 5'7", 155-pound senior, leads the team up to the line of scrimmage. One wide receiver out to the right. Tight end in tight to the right. There's a fake. Jensen on a busted play tries to get it himself, and he does manage to squirm for maybe a yard or 2 on the play. Looked like a little miscommunication in the backfield. He turned one way. The ball carrier wasn't there to get the handoff, so he kept it himself and got positive yardage out of it, but it still brings up 3rd down on the play.
Yeah,
3rd down.
Jensen's the type player, he can make a big play out of something like that. I don't know, this might have been a little bit of a quarterback counter there where he stuck the ball in his, yeah, I think that was just a quarterback counter.
Well, he broke a tackle, and then finally getting in there, 75, Paul Pennington. Here's third down, handoff to the short back coming through, and it looks like they've got maybe the first down. Is getting inside the 40, close to about the 36-yard line, is Tim Dowell once again, number 32, and he lunges forward, but they're going to mark him short. It'll bring up fourth down and very close to about 2 yards to go, so apparently his knee hit down. About 2 yards shy of it, and Larkin, trailing 16-0, is going to go for it here on fourth down and 2 at about the 47. Check there, there's the handoff inside, and we looks like have first down yardage.
And I think we had the Maroons in the neutral zone there also.
As we may have a penalty go against Elgin, which would give them the first down yardage. I think the carry was good enough for the first down, however. No, procedure is going to go against Larkin. So Larkin moved first, and that'll set him back 5, and it'll bring up fourth down and 7. And they're going to mark it out to about the 44, or checked at the 42-yard line. So fourth down and 7. 3:09, the clock continues to run before halftime, and Larkin needing to get something on the board here before the half ends, so they have to go for it here. 2 wide receivers, one in the slot right. I formation, here's the pass. Jensen looking to throw, throws the middle, incomplete. Trying to get it downfield near the 30-yard line is his receiver, Herman, out of the backfield again, and it kind of tipped off his hands, incomplete. And Elgin's defense holds and takes over on downs. And there you see the coverage in there with 55. Dan Triple, linebacker, making a nice play on that one.
Well, once again, Jensen made a nice pass into the tough wind, but the Maroons had fine coverage on the play, and thus the incompletion.
So here we go with Elgin taking over the football. Here's Jensen on fourth down, rolling out to buy him some more time and throwing for Herman. And there it's kind of tipped by Dan Tripp, and also Herman did get a hand on the football, but it falls incomplete, and Elgin has the football. And here's the first man going through the hole, and big yardage along the right side for Jim Etman-Vicious over there on the far side. Number 33, the fullback, getting out into the secondary, gets it all the way out to midfield. In fact, maybe just nudged it into Larkin territory. It'll bring up second down and about a yard to go.
Well, once again, the Maroons use that misdirection to try and defeat the aggressive defensive play of the Larkin Royals.
I formation, Jamal Coleman, the wide receiver, out to the left of the quarterback, handoff to Boney, second man through. He's got the first down as he's down at about the 47-yard line. As Elgin chews out the time on the clock with the rushing plays, and Eric Boney's been a big factor in their offense tonight, and he's got the first down right there. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 with 2:10 to go in the half. And again, Elgin in Larkin territory. Boy, this Larkin defense is going to be looking forward to this halftime break, I'm sure, the way they've been on the field here tonight. First down play coming up for Elgin. Sturmitz calling the plays. Play action fake, throws over the middle. He's got his man, but it's knocked to the ground incomplete. Getting a hand on the football, Weber.
Number 81, Greg Weber, on a little look-in pass, had the football in his hands, but took a hit and couldn't hold on. But we have a flag down near midfield on the play. Looks like unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, we had a little extra
against
activity
Larkin.
after the play there.
There you see one of our cameramen battling the elements here tonight. As it's really cooling off as well here. The temperature expected to drop as this game continues, and it looks like it's doing so. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Larkin. Here comes Jerry Iserman.
Unsportsmanlike on the defense, the first down.
So Larkin may be getting a little bit frustrated here as they're getting outplayed here in this first half, and that time a very costly penalty, a 15-yarder. Marks it all the way down to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's Sturmitz. They're looking for more. Sturmitz rolls out, throws to the far side. He's got his man out there, makes the catch inbounds. It's Weber again, and he's inside the 30-yard line. In fact, he may be very close to about the 20. Greg Weber, that big target over there, makes another grab. The junior, the 6-footer, on the far sidelines, and another first down coming up for Elgin.
I think we're going to see here, that's one of those situations where the ball was underthrown. The Royals had good coverage on the play, but Weber read the pass and came back to make the catch.
Weber making the catch, and they knock him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Elgin, a little equipment adjustment there. One of the linemen talking with Jerry Iserman, but the Elgin band, you see him lining up in the background ready for halftime here, but the Elgin football team is threatening for more points here with 1:40 on the clock. First down and 10 at the 17. Scott Sturmitz, a great first half. Brings him up to the line of scrimmage. There's the pitch out. Atman Vicious sweeping the right side. Cuts it back. He's inside the 15. Gets down near the 10 before he's pushed down over there. Coming up from the secondary, it looked like Adam Lance again, along with Jesse Velasquez. But not before Atman Vicious gets good yardage on first down. They get down to about the 11-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play. The clock keeps moving. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. 1:10 to go before halftime.
Boney's in now in the backfield.
Yeah, Boney's the big play man. Here's the pitch out to him. He's going to sweep the left side. He's got a blocker out in front, Fountain, trying to get around the end, and he's cut down over there. On a nice defensive play by Bob Abdallah coming up in the secondary. A great play. Fountain tried to get out in front with a block, but Boney just didn't have enough speed to get away from Abdallah, and he's knocked down. In fact, looked like he may have lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, number 46, Abdallah, just did a super job. He came up and shed the block and made a fine tackle for a loss.
Let's watch him here. Abdallah coming up as he gets the pursuit to the outside. Here you see the pitch. There's Fountain out in front. Tries to throw a block on Abdallah, but Abdallah sheds that and drops Boney. Actually, they say he did gain some yardage on the play, trying to keep up with the scoreboard here. They had it first marked as a loss, but instead they give him a couple of yards on the play. Going up 3rd down. Very close to 2 yards to go. And the clock stopped with 55 seconds to go as Elgin burns their 2nd timeout. So 55 seconds on the clock here, and Elgin Larkin is trying to keep Elgin away from the end zone again as Elgin leads this one 16-0.
Well, they have a pretty good drive going here. Sturmitz will probably look for him to run right into the end zone. That's my prediction.
Well, Dick Stevens talking with Scott Sturmitz and the rest of that offense coming off the field now. They're the counterparts for Elgin Larkin talking it over defensively. 3rd down. On the scoreboard it says 1. The ball is marked at about the 6. They need to get to the 5 for the first down. And again, we mentioned that they have 1 timeout remaining. So Scott Sturmitz brings the team up to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they go up the middle here or try to run something wide. Sturmitz has been a threat here carrying the football. Power I formation, here we go. Atman Vicious, the deep man. Sturmitz, let's see if they try a long signal count. No, they go with a short count. Here's Atman Vicious. He's plugged up right away. Tries to get forward, but I don't think he made it. Stopped at about the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark it. He was stopped initially short, but he managed to get out of it almost. But I still think they knocked him back. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Larkin had some really nice penetration in the interior line there. They submarined inside and were able to stop the play.
And 29 seconds on the clock as 26 seconds ticked off on that play as Elgin had some confusion there because it is 4th down. And now the clock continues to run. Elgin is going to go for the field goal here. They're going to set it up and use that final timeout with just a few seconds to go and not get Larkin a chance to get the football again. And now they stop it with 9 seconds to go in their last timeout. So Elgin playing the clock very well. They didn't get the first down, so they let the clock continue to run all the way down to 9 seconds to go, and now they're going to try the field goal with Eric Boney again. How many times have you seen 3 field goal attempts in one half of a football game, let alone an entire football game? This will be Boney's 3rd attempt tonight. He's made 1, missed 1.
Tell you why we've got the opportunity here. I think we'd like to give our congratulations to Coach Dale Shabert and his staff and their fine Larkin sophomore football team as they won the conference championship with an unblemished 9-0 record. One of the first times I can ever recall 2 teams coming in undefeated. The Elgin squad 8-0 and the Larkin squad 8-0, and Coach Shabert, who did a fine job all year long and has been doing so the last few years, came out with a 9-0 season and just a great overall year.
And that sophomore game, Larkin dominated action. They shut out Elgin's sophomore team to win the conference race and, of course, the undefeated record. So here we go with Eric Boney lining it up. They're going to put this one down at about the 15-yard line. It's pretty much in the center of the field, so this will be a 25-yard effort for Boney, soccer-style kicker. He's got the wind behind him here, so this is almost a chip shot. But anything can happen. Let's see if they get a good snap. Weber, the holder. Tripp centers at a high snap, gets it down. The kick is on the way, and it's good. With 4 seconds to go, Eric Boney gets the 25-yard field goal, and Elgin extends the lead out to 19-0 here on Memorial Field. So Boney, 2 out of 3 kicking the football tonight. That one he got it through from 25 yards out. The officials there watched it all the way through the uprights. It got in just inside the right upright and was good. And Boney has his team out in front 19-0. And let's watch it again. You see a high snap at Weber with the good hands getting it down. There you see it as he pulls it in. And Boney's kick sails out of your picture, but it did go through the uprights to make it 19-0.
Once again, we have to point out that's a big 3 points, because now it puts Larkin in a situation where they're going to have to score 3 times in order to get back into the ballgame.
So let's see if Elgin, I'm sure they'll probably just try to kick this one downfield on a squib kick, not allow any chance of a run back. A total effort offensively here tonight for the Maroons. They control the clock, the football, and the scoreboard. And Boney will tee it up. The wind behind him here. Here it comes. A little squib, another onside effort. This one is not even going to go 2 yards. In fact, it's going to be down at about the 40-yard line, which is where it was kicked. It rolled back in that wind, and there's still 2 seconds on the clock. That'll be Larkin's football, no doubt, of course, because it did not go 10 yards. In fact, maybe went a yard at most. So Larkin will have maybe one final shot at it, and they're going to take a timeout, I believe. Yes, they will, because as soon as the offense gets set and the referee marks that football down, the 2 seconds would have ticked off, but instead they take the timeout, and they're going to try to throw something into the end zone, perhaps, on the final play of the half. So it's been the 1-2 punch of Boney and Sturmitz tonight on the scoreboard for Elgin, as they lead at 19-0. I'm Rick Gooby along with Dave Cookland and Karen Anderson. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here tonight on Centel Sports. On a cold, rainy night here in Elgin. A driving rain. In fact, we had a lot more fans here tonight at the start of the game than we do as I look out now on the opposite side of the field. A lot of people making the effort to come out here tonight. It's always a big ball game, but when the elements are like this, it's kind of tough to make that decision to come to the football game. But give credit to all these fans who made it here tonight.
The umbrellas have gone down now, and the coats, and everyone's bundling up now.
It looks like the rain has eased up anyway, but I believe the temperatures have been dropping throughout this ball game. See a lot of stocking hats coming on and hoods as the game progresses by some of these fans. Here we go, the final 2 seconds, the final play of the half, unless there's a defensive foul right here. Here's Jensen, he's just going to air it out. Long throw to the far side. He's got 3 men out there, and it's picked off, I believe. Or check that. On the far side of the field, dropped over there on the far side by Sturmitz as a safety, and that ends the half. So a complete offensive effort by the Elgin High School Maroons for the Battle of Elgin here tonight, and they lead it going into the halftime locker room by a score of 19-0. As you see some of the happy Maroons going into the halftime break. 2 field goals by Eric Boney and 2 touchdowns by Scott Sturmitz puts them on top as they control the first half. 19-0 our score. We'll be back with second half action shortly here on Centel Sports.
Jones, Thompson, Mitchell, Hiller, Ortez, Beasley. Beasley? You're not supposed to be here until, oh, I see. You didn't keep check on your blood pressure. Beasley, I'm surprised. You were smart enough to know that high blood pressure could lead to a stroke or a heart attack?
High blood pressure can be controlled. See your doctor and follow his advice. The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
Okay, we're back here for the start of the second half. I'm Rick Gooby along with Dave Cookland and Karen Anderson in a game, as you see on the screen, Elgin leading at 19-0, and certainly 19-0 is the indication of the score because they've dominated playing here in the first half. As we'll get a chance to see some of the first half highlights. Elgin getting on the board first. Karen, you have a scoring recap here.
Well, just about 6 minutes into the first quarter, Eric Boney kicked a 27-yard field goal to go up 3-0. And Scott Sturmitz, with 3 minutes after that play, had a 1-yard touchdown run. Sturmitz' kick made it 10-0. Right at the end of the first quarter, Sturmitz had another 4-yard touchdown run, and the extra point was blocked. And to conclude the scoring at the end of the half, Eric Boney took the 25-yard field goal, and we're at 19-0 right now as we start the second half.
What some of those statistics don't show right there is that Elgin controlled the ball the entire 12 minutes of the first quarter and got off to a 16-0 lead, and that has been really the story tonight. They continue to play in the second quarter, dominating the time of possession, although only getting 3 points near the end on another field goal by Boney. But it's been all Elgin here tonight. Larkin looking to do something positive here in the second half. So here we go at the start of the third quarter. Eric Boney to kick off for Elgin. Been the offensive star tonight, one along with Scott Sturmitz on the scoreboard. There's a line drive kick. They don't go with the onside here, and Larkin's going to have a chance for a return. And up the middle, this could be a big one. Outside near midfield and dragged down at about the 48-yard line.
Darren Kyles on that return.
Yeah, number 34 for Elgin Larkin coming up with a big run back on that play. And it's Darren Kyles, a 5'5" senior. And he got it out after he just cut up the wedge up the middle of the field, stayed along the right sideline, and tried to get to the far side. And he was finally cut down, but not before a nice run back all the way into Elgin territory. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wishbone offense, hand off, first man through. Inside the 45-yard line. It's Tim Dowell, or check that, 35. Oh, excuse me, that is Dowell who makes the carry over there on the far side. He gets maybe 4 on the play. And again, it'll bring it down to the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 5. Very windy evening. You hear the wind rattling in the background as Larkin goes against the wind for the most part here in the third quarter. Looking to get on track here, and that kickoff return may have got him going. Here's the 2nd down play. Hand off to the big man. Piling through, that's Herman, number 25, and Herman is cut down inside the 45, very close to the 41-yard line.
Well, there we saw a new wrinkle for the Larkin offense. They were in split back formation that time. They moved Godfrey up to a tight end position and ran out of sort of a veer set.
3rd down and short, 3rd down and 3. Ball marked at about the 41.5-yard line. Wishbone set in the backfield. Jensen hands off, first man through, short yardage, didn't get the first down as he's cut down maybe at the 40-yard line. Looked like Godfrey, Ray Godfrey, getting a chance to carry the football, number 38, and he was cut down along, or over there by Weber, 81 for Elgin. You saw on your screen. It brings up 4th down and about a yard and a half to go. They need to get to about the 38.5-yard line. The ball is marked at the 40, and Larkin trailing has to go for it here. Power I formation. Everybody in tight. No wide receivers. Handoff, 2nd man through is going to be stuffed.
He didn't
get it. And driven back at the line of scrimmage is Tim Dowell, and now we have flags on the end of it here as Dowell gets up kind of angry on that one. Let's see what this is all about. He did not get to the first down marker. As you see, Greg Baddock right there, 89, along with 77 in on the play. David Riley. But we had flags on the end of it here, and let's see what it's all about.
Well, I think we had a little frustration taking place there after the play was over with. The Maroon defense was there to answer the call.
Ball on sportsmanlike there.
Sportsmanlike against Dowell for Larkin, I believe, as he got up, kind of flung the football maybe at an Elgin player, and the flag went immediately, and Larkin is going to be pinned back in their own territory defensively as Elgin will get the football on downs, and here we'll have the 15-yard walk-off coming up. So here it is. They try to get Dahl along the left side on 4th and about 1.5 yards to go, and there you see the handoff from Jensen on the fake, and Dahl, that hole was plugged up immediately by Riley, and then the gang tackle afterwards. So David Riley, a big defensive stop for Elgin. And here comes the 15-yarder. Boy, Larkin tonight has had some, this is about their 3rd or 4th unsportsmanlike conduct or personal foul type penalty for big yardage.
Foul, unsportsmanlike. On the defense, the first down.
Been a very frustrating evening here for 2 quarters plus the start of the 3rd for the Larkin Royals. Here we go, I formation, Elgin on offense the first time in the half. Scott Sturman's the quarterback. Hands off, Atman Vicious trying to sweep the left side. He's got yardage. He's into the secondary at the 30-yard line. Inside the 30, dragged down at about the 27-yard line. That play was designed to go up the middle. Atman Vicious didn't see anything there. He just cut to the outside and was home free to the sidelines. A gain of about 25 on the play and a first down.
Yeah, I think we saw an example there of the fine speed that Atmanavicius possesses. As you said, the play was designed inside. He saw it was plugged up. As we'll see here on the replay, he was able to bounce outside, and he just outran the outside defensive players.
You saw it was designed to go off left guard. He just shot to the outside when nothing was there, and big yardage dragged down finally into the secondary. Here we go with a first down play. Handoff inside and no place to go. Getting piled up immediately by the Larkin defense over there. It looked like it might have been Fountain that time. John Fountain getting the carry. And the big interior line for Elgin Larkin in on the stop. Looked like it might have been Bob Lowe from that defensive line getting in on that tackle. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Elgin on top 19-0 and driving after holding Larkin on downs here to start this 3rd quarter. I formation set, everybody in tight. Here comes Coleman in motion. Pitch back. Atman Vicious sweeping the left side. Got a blocker out in front. Still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds finally. Down inside the 20-yard line before they push him down.
We saw there, I think Atmanavicius just decided he was going to go as far as Johnny Fountain could carry him. He hooked onto his backside and just followed him around the end.
And we're going to have a holding call going against Elgin on this as a flag on the near side was dropped as that play developed. Here it is again with Atmanavicius. Let's see if you can see a hold anywhere here because it's going to go against Elgin.
Fountain right out in front of him.
Yeah, look at Fountain there. The designated blocker right there as Atmanavicius just kind of hid behind him to get good yardage, but it's all called back.
Yeah, I think we saw the hold on the left end there. He kind of attached on to the defensive end of the Royals, tried to turn him inside and held on a little bit too long.
So that'll set the Maroons back 15 yards for the walk-off.
Hold on the offense. Down is 2.
Second down all over again. Jerry Eiserman is the referee. He's got the gloves on now here for this 3rd quarter. Temperatures have really dropped here as this game has gone on here at Elgin's Memorial Field. And the wind has stayed very strong here from the start. Sturmitz now, second down, about 16 to go. They mark it at about the 38-yard line. Here's the pitch back. Here's the reverse. Coming around in is Boney. Boney got the handoff from Atmanavicius. He's in the clear. He's down to the far side looking for a block and is finally knocked out of bounds. And there we have a late flag near the 20-yard line. He picked up nearly 18, but let's see. We have another flag. In fact, maybe a couple of them went flying on that play towards the end of the play.
You know, Rick, I think this is going to be one of those plays that coaches just hate to see because I think the penalty took place behind the play where it really wasn't going to be of any help.
Well, let's see where they start to walk this one off. Here comes the reverse. There's the Atmanavicius handing to Boney around end, and Boney with big room. You see nobody from Larkin in the picture yet. Got a block out there from 68. Jim Entwistle finally pushed out of bounds, but you saw the flag fly late in the play, and here it comes against Elgin.
Legal use of hands on the offense. Down is 2.
Second down again. They bring it back from the point on which it occurred, and then they set it back, so it's now marked at the 35-yard line. They end up with a gain overall of a couple of yards on that play. Second down still, and very long to go at the 35-yard line. Here's the handoff, first man through, big yardage up the middle. Finally being tripped up near the 30-yard line is John Fountain, number 25, following that left side of the line. Names like Savino, Riley, Pennington, Entwistle, and Tripp up front. Doing a great job for the Elgin ground game this evening.
We saw another little change in the offensive strategy there. The Maroons, they've been running that little fullback trap with Fountain. That time they just ran the straight dive to try and negate the effectiveness of the Larkin defense.
Third down play, 14 yards to go. The ball marked at the 30-yard line. Here's Sturmitz, fakes the handoff, looking to roll out, and he's going to be sacked. Is getting through back there, number 48, Derek Kiles from the secondary, doing a good job to trip him up. Also 35 in on the play. Looked like maybe Nakanesny got in there. And they tripped up Sturmitz before he could get out into the clear on the rollout. It'll bring up fourth down. So Scott Sturmitz now stays on the field. Didn't see any flags on that one. It'll be a fourth down situation. And the Larkin defense now with 20 yards for Elgin to get the first down. Even with the wind here, it's out of Boney's range. We saw him try a 48-yarder in the first half with the wind at his back and didn't come close, so they keep the offense on the field here. I formation. Only one receiver. Here's the pitch back, and there's a quick kick by Boney from deep, and it's going to be a good one. Let's see if it got into the end zone. It's going to be down outside the goal line at about the 1 or maybe 2-yard line by Jamal Coleman over there. So a quick kick on fourth down by Boney, who was lined up as the tailback in the eye. They snapped it back to him. He kicked it away. You couldn't ask for anything better as he got it inside the 5 and down by Coleman. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at about near the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you, the way things are going for him tonight, Eric Boney might want to play the lottery this week. Not a whole lot's gone wrong.
Eric Boney, an outstanding kick, a line drive kick, and it just sort of died as it hit that soft turf. Is that outside? That's just outside the goal line, as you saw it on the screen. There's the kick on the replay. Boy, Karen, you can't ask for anything better than that. There's Coleman, the dive on the football at about the half-yard line.
Certainly was a great play, and Jamal Coleman really hustled down the field and got on that ball right at the 1-yard line.
The scoreboard has it marked at the 3, but if we saw it on the screen correctly, it looked like it might have been just outside the goal. Either way, Larkin has the football in horrible field position as we have a timeout with 7:03 to go, and Larkin's offense back on the field, but
we
a
know
big
what
hole to dig out of there is Scott Sturmitz being walked back onto the field for the defensive side. Didn't look like he was shaken up, but maybe just getting some instructions.
I think while we've got the chance here, we might want to mention a couple young men who have had really fine careers for both of these ball clubs and unfortunately aren't able to participate in this final game of their careers. Brett Nemmers, who was a two-way starter for the Royals, unfortunately came down with mono and played last week when he may have been feeling the initial effects of the illness. And Phil D'Agostino, who suffered an injury earlier, a couple games back for the Maroons. As I mentioned, two fine players, and it's a shame that their seasons have to end this way.
Looks like Dick Stevens may be starting to bring in some substitutes here, gradually creeping into this ball game. As the timeout will get play going once again. It'll be first down for Larkin. Down 19-0. There you see their quarterback, Brian Jensen, who's had really nothing much to speak of as far as field position tonight, except for the opening kickoff here in this third quarter when they ran it out to the Maroon 48-yard line. Here we go, first down play. Pitch back into the end zone. Here we go. He's got a blocker out in front. Is Dahl. Dahl outside the 10, outside the 15, and is dropped by Hyatt at about the 15-yard line, but a nice gain as they run wide deep in their own end and pitch it out to the end to Tim Dahl.
Well, number 89, Greg Baddock, was the key to keeping that from being a big play. Dahl has the fine speed outside. Ray Godfrey did a nice job of blocking Baddock, but he just stuck with it and forced Dahl to make a decision to go inside, and the Maroon pursuit was able to keep him from the big game.
Baddock, a standout from last year's team, was a big target of Scott Hoffman in last year's offense, as they threw a lot more last year with the throwing quarterback Scott Hoffman, but this year not too much as a receiver, but doing a good job defensively. And there's a handoff to the tailback trying to shoot through. Looks like it's Dahl once again, and he's plugged up outside, maybe close to the 18-yard line.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris.
You mentioned Hoffman at quarterback last year, and Sturmitz played running back last year, so in at quarterback this year.
Going to have a penalty against the Maroons on this play, as they're going to step it off. Didn't see the flag get thrown, but it's a major penalty against Elgin High School. Going to mark it all the way outside near the 35-yard line. Personal foul, perhaps, against Elgin.
Face mask on the defense. First down.
Once again, we're seeing a little something different from the Royals as the last couple of plays they've gone to an I formation and just gone with the quick pitches with Dahl and Godfrey in the backfield.
Well, Larkin needs to get something on the board quickly here. There's the pitch out on first down. Running wide is Dahl. He tries to pick his way into the secondary. He's bumped out of bounds by Hyatt on the far side, and another flag on the end of that one. Flying late into the picture as Dahl was out of bounds, but let's see what this is all about. Good gain around end by Tim Dahl on the play, and they could get even more yards out of this one. Personal foul against Elgin.
Now, Coach Stevens has got to be telling his defenses exactly what we don't want to happen. We're giving the Royals an opportunity to move the ball downfield quickly while at the same time stopping the clock and giving them a chance to get back in the ball game.
Gotta wonder if the officials are caught up into this rivalry here, because I haven't really
Dead
seen
ball,
anything
late
very...
hit, out of bounds.
Okay.
First down.
Well, it wasn't a big hit by Hyatt. It's just that he was already out of bounds. But I really haven't seen anything very unsportsmanlike here tonight, at least as far as I can tell. They're calling it pretty close.
Right.
So a first down after the walk-off, and Larkin now is in Elgin territory. The handoff and a big hole along the right side and getting into the secondary all the way down to the 35-yard line. Looks like I might have been Dahl once again, who's been the main hub of the offense here in this series. They called his number quite a bit. Let's see it again on the replay. Good hole on the right side for him, Karen.
Hey, Paul Pennington had a little hold on him there.
Dahl getting down to about the 35, second down and 3. Handoff, second man through, first down yardage, down to near the 30-yard line. As the Larkin Royals, with a bright moon here in Elgin, putting together some offense here, getting helped out by some Elgin penalties as well.
The moon runes.
Still a lot of time remaining, 5:40, and the clock running in the third quarter. Larkin with a quick score can get right back into the ball game right here. Here's a Jensen the handoff, and another big hole out of the I formation.
Like Dahl.
And Dahl again. Tim Dahl, the ball carrier, again, they call his number, and he's got a good 7 or 8 on first down, getting it all the way down to about the 22-yard line.
Well, the Royal coaching staff came out with some nice adjustments that they made at halftime. They went to the I formation. The Maroons obviously had done a nice job in preparing for the wishbone. And as you see here, the Royals are having a lot of success with the fullback leads and the ISOs out of the I formation.
They line up in the I. Here's the handoff against second man trying to get around the right side.
He's
got
gone.
some yardage. He's
Nobody's
gone.
gonna catch
10-5 touchdown. Tim Dahl getting the touchdown. Again, improvising. There was no hole up the middle. He just cut to the outside, broke a tackle, and he was gone. Nobody to stop him the final 20 yards. All in all, a 23-yard effort by Dahl, and Larkin on the board with 4:52 to go here in the third quarter.
Not many Larkin fans remain, but who are there? They are cheering.
So Tim Dahl, pretty much all offense there without the penalties. It was pretty much his number there in that drive, and he got it in the final 23 yards. And Larkin is going to keep the offense on the field, I think, and go for 2. Yes, they are. One wide receivers. They go for the 2-point conversion. Jensen rolls right, cuts it back. He's in. The 2-point conversion is good by Brian Jensen on the run. So Larkin is back within 11, 19-8, and now they've got the momentum here with 4:52 to go in the third quarter.
You know, that was just a fine offensive play. Fine, as you're going to see by Jensen here, fine athletic play. You're going to see the fullback go the wrong way on the play here. And Jensen was able to amend for it just by taking the ball in himself.
There's Tim Dahl's touchdown. He breaks the tackle, trying to go up the middle, and gets to the outside. It's just a foot race there, and he's untouched the final 20 yards. So a big effort for Tim Dahl, and Larkin is on the board.
You know, as you mentioned, Rick, a big key is there's a lot of time left on that clock. I believe the Royals took the ball there with about 6 minutes left. That drive only took 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes because the clock was stopped by those key penalties.
Now we're going to see the 2-point conversion as Jensen on the rollout, the option, just tucked it in himself and got into the end zone for the 2 points. Now let's see if Larkin, they're kicking against that very strong one. Let's see if they may try for an onside right here. Figuring they're not going to kick one deep because of the wind, so let's see if they try to squib one. Here it comes. They're going to kick it through. It's a line drive kick, fielded on the fly by Elgin. Running it back is Coleman, and Jamal Coleman, because of the line drive kick, got a good running start at it and gets it all the way out to about the 35-yard line. So the Maroons get good field position. So now it's up to Larkin's defense here to try to keep that momentum that their offense gave them and keep Elgin from consuming a lot of time, try to get that football right back.
You made a key point there, Rick. The defense has to come out fired up. They've got to get the ball back to that offense so they can see if they can move the ball back down the field once again.
So Larkin's going to have the benefit of the win in the fourth quarter, trying to play catch-up if that is the case. So they've got that in their favor. Here's first down for Elgin. Sturmitz rolling left. He's going to be dropped. Boy, he is pinned under at about the 28-yard line by a host of Larkin Royals.
Derek Kyle's in on that play.
Yeah, Derek Kyles is freelancing now in the last couple of series as a linebacker, and he came through and dropped Sturmitz before the handoff could take place. Let's watch it again. Let's see Kyles again. Karen, you saw him from the outside.
Here he comes.
And there's the hit, and Sturmitz is downed immediately. Also looked like it might have been Abdallah getting through there once again. A lot of paper and other things flying in the breeze tonight. Here's the throw by Sturmitz. He's got a man. It's tipped and incomplete. Had a man open over there. Scott Sturmitz, the play action fake, and it looked like he might have been going for Weber over there, but it was tipped and fell to the ground incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd and 15. And Larkin now can hold them one more play here. Elgin will have to kick from deep in their own end. And Larkin can get that football back still with a lot of time left in the 3rd quarter. 3:43 remaining. 3rd down play. The play comes in from the sidelines. 2 wide receivers, both split out to the right, 1 in the slot. They come up tight at the line of scrimmage. Sturmitz rolls out to the right side. Here comes the rush. He's going to be trying to get to the sidelines. He does get over there, but he's knocked out of bounds. You got to watch. There's a flag coming in on the end of it. And let's see if that's a late hit on the far side of the field. That would be a very costly one if that's against Larkin, because they had him stop well shy of the 1st down. Here's the official.
Well, I think what it was there, I think he crossed the line of scrimmage and when he threw the pass.
Yep.
Fine job there by Bill McAnenzie, the defensive back for the Royals.
Going to be an illegal forward pass, as they say Sturmitz was over the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of, well, actually it'll be the 4th down situation.
Pass there. Lost it. Yeah, 4th down. 4th down.
4th down, 20 yards to go. It's a 5-yard walk-off. Illegal pass downfield. And now Elgin will punt. Eric Boney in there to do the kicking. He's got the wind with him here. Let's see if he can get one up in the air. There's a very high, slow snap, but he gets it down. Pretty good kick. Let's see if he gets a roll. He does. Going to go inside the 40 and die right about there at about the 38-yard line. So a short kick by Boney. About 35 yards on the net on that one. And Larkin's going to have good field position with 3:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. They're going to have it marked at their own 38-yard line. So the defense did come through and hold them 4 downs and out.
On a big key there, too. They made the big play on the 1st down. thus forcing Elgin to go to the air 2 times in a row and not use up much of the clock. Actually, less than a minute was used up on that maroon drive.
So here we go. Quarterback Brian Jensen's got some momentum now. Let's see if he calls Dahl's number again. There's a handoff and very little room along the left side for Herman, the ball carrier. Jeff Herman, the 5'10 senior. Maybe a yard at best on that one. At the 39, it'll bring up second down. About 9, perhaps 10 yards to go. Brian Jensen not throwing the ball that much tonight under the windy and wet conditions. Second down, a little pitch out to the left side is Tim Dahl. Dahl getting around the end's got a block from Herman, and he's out to the sidelines into Elgin territory, and he's dropped down at about the 45-yard line. Finally getting over there, Keith Hyatt from his defensive back spot for Elgin, along with 88 Mike Williams in on the play, but not before another first down on the option left, that time with Dahl getting a nice block out in front by Herman.
Well, I tell you, one of the great things about this rivalry we've seen the last couple times here, David Riley came in, put good sticks on Brian Jensen, and yet after the play, he helped him up, and they're patting each other on the backside. It's a great, clean rivalry.
There's a handoff up the middle along the right side, short yardage diving over the line of scrimmage. As you see, the players unpile. Looked like it might have been Godfrey that time who got the call for short yardage. Ray Godfrey, a senior. It's going to bring up second down, about 7 yards to go. Ball at the Elgin 43-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 19-8 our score. Here's Jensen, fumbles the football, trying to run the option, and it looks like Dahl may have gotten back on it. Let's see, they're still piling up at about the Elgin Larkin 45-yard line. It's Godfrey in on that pile, 35. Let's see if he did get his hands on the football and recover it. Also Dahl in there as well, trailing the play as Jensen coughed it up trying to run the option right. His arm was stripped over there and it just popped loose, but Larkin held on to it.
Well, as you mentioned, Rick, if we did happen to get a replay there, you're going to see Dahl fall on the ball. It squirts loose, and Godfrey did a heck of a job of recovering the ball for the Royals.
There you see it as he just kind of rolls it back as his arm was hit on the pitch out, and Dahl and Godfrey both go back there, and I think it might have been Godfrey who got in there to recover it. There you see Baddock and Riley there for Elgin trying to wrestle it away, but Larkin keeps it. However, it brings up third down. There was a flag way upfield on this play. You don't see it. There you see it now. It was dropped at about the Elgin 38-yard line.
Looks like probably an inadvertent flag.
I got you. Okay.
Here's Jerry Iserman.
Clip on the offense, decline, down to 3.
Well, it was a clip against Larkin, but it was declined naturally because of the huge loss of yardage on the fumble recovery. So Larkin has it, third down, about 18 yards to go. They're back at their own 45. Let's see if they can pick up some of that yardage back. Here's the pitch out on the end around. Here's Godfrey coming the other way. He's got some room. He cuts it back and is tripped up on the far side on a good defensive play. And Dan Tripp, it looks like, got over there. 55 for Elgin to make the big hit, as it looked like it might have been more yardage for Godfrey on the play, but instead it was plugged up immediately, and he got it down to about the Elgin 46 or 47-yard line.
Well, Coach Gary Everett has to be happy with the play Dan Tripp made there. He stayed home on the reverse. He didn't over-pursue. If he pursues on that play, that's a big gainer.
So now Larkin will have to drop back in punt formation. And here's the rush, and the kick is blocked. And the ball is loose at about the 45-yard line, and Elgin is going to have the football. As getting through Elgin, a host of players on special teams. It looked like Darrell Henderson got through there along with Tyrone Kemper. And the block cleanly of the punt from punt formation. And there you see the Happy Maroons on the sidelines. They're going to have the football marked down at about the Larkin 45. So Larkin going out of punt formation because of a long yardage situation on fourth down. They decide to punt. The snap kind of slow to get back to the punter, and the kick blocked by the oncoming Maroon line. And here's the first down carry along the left side for little yardage for Edmund Vicious over there.
Godfrey in on the tackle on that one.
In fact, he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, but now Elgin takes the thunder away from Larkin there with that block kick and has the ball in Larkin territory as we come to the end of the third quarter, 20 seconds to go. So Elgin will lead it after 3 here tonight. Let's see if they can get this final play off. 10 seconds to go. They run out of the I formation. Sturmitz does get it off. Hand off to the short back. Now the fake and the pitch out to the right side to Boney. Boney along the right side on the option. He's got the first down. He's knocked down on the sidelines as he got it all the way down to about the 30-yard line in Larkin territory. A gain of 15 as the quarter ends.
Boney got a great block there by Greg Baddock.
Baddock, 89, getting out in front on the option. They fake to the short man and then pitched out to Boney, who's got that speed, and he got the first down. We're at the end of 3 quarters tonight from Elgin's Memorial Field on our high school football action, and Larkin trailing Elgin by a score of 19-8. Back with the 4th quarter after this on Centel Sports. Of action from Elgin's Memorial Field on a miserable evening for football, but a good football game nonetheless, and Elgin leading 19-8. I'm Rick Gooby along with Dave Cookland and Karen Anderson here tonight. 4th quarter about set to begin with Elgin's football after the nice gain by Boney to end the 3rd quarter. 15-yard run on the option play along the right side, and Elgin is in business again here at the Larkin 30-yard line. First play of the quarter. Sturmitz, the fake, keeps the option left, pitches back at Vicious over there. He's still on his feet, and he gets yardage on that when it looked like he was going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, he may have got it down to close to the 25-yard line. Weber throwing a block out there, trying to get him around the outside. And they're going to mark him down at about the 27, a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So the final football game of the year between these two teams, neither one going to the playoffs. Battling for their bragging rights in Elgin. Elgin the lower record than Larkin. Larkin coming in a 500 team in this ball game. And Elgin is at 2-6 overall, but thus far the game pretty much dominated by the Maroons. Now it looks like Elgin going to get Coleman from left to right in this offensive set. I formation. Sturmitz pitches back. Boney along the left side, cuts it back, still on his feet, breaks the tackle, down the sidelines, he's still going. He breaks about 3 or 4, and he's pushed all the way down inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 6-yard line. A great run by Eric Boney, breaking about 4 tackles, bouncing off defenders, and twisting and turning as he chugs out down to about the 6-yard line.
Looked like a pinball out there, bouncing off defensive players.
Eric Boney, we didn't see him very much in the backfield at all this year for Elgin. Here tonight, he's been the star of the game.
Well, you know, that's a drill they work on 2 or 3 times a week in practice with the running backs, bouncing off the pads, bouncing off the blocking dummies, and it came into play very successfully there for number 24.
Yeah, they mark him down at the 6, 1st and goal. Elgin threatening to put this one out of reach. Sturmitz, hands off, 2nd man through, short yardage, maybe getting up to the line of scrimmage. On the far side, another flag is thrown on the play. Looked like Vicious, the ball carrier there, for no room, and coming up from the defensive stop, Bob Lowe, number 70 for Larkin.
Yeah, number 35, Ray Godfrey, once again. He's been very active defensively. He's been in that Maroon backfield almost as much as the Maroon backs have.
And no flag on the play, just no gain is what the end result is for Vicious. 2nd down and goal from the 6.
Boney's back in for Vicious.
Let's see if they try to run him wide now. That's pretty much the story when Boney's in there. Try to use his speed to the outside. Here's Sturmitz. Fakes the handoff, rolls the right side, tucks it in. He's inside the 5. Very close to the goal line. Sturmitz on the keeper on the option is down to maybe the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Coming over there for Larkin, 17, Roger Greenhagel in on the stop. It'll bring up 3rd down. The ball marked outside, maybe the 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from that point.
Well, most of the year, this has been Scott Sturmitz territory. When we're short yardage, he comes up, looks over defense, and decides which way he's going to go on the sneak.
Sturmitz has both touchdowns tonight for Elgin.
Might do a little bootleg here again.
Power I. Sturmitz, hands off, 2nd man. We have a flag down. No signal for the touchdown. I think this one was going to be brought back. Motion against Elgin.
I think the Maroons were a little anxious to get to the block at that time.
As they hand it off that time, but it's all called back on the motion penalty against Elgin. That'll set them back to about the 6-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from there. But looking on the far sidelines here on the Larkin side of the field, and the crowd, boy, a lot of them at halftime decided to seek warmer confines, I think, because the crowd is really thinned out on the far side of the field. Larkin trailing, of course, although they have made it a ball game now in the 2nd half. Obviously, at this end of the field, they've got to be thinking of a turnover right now. 3rd and goal. Ball mark at the 6 once again. Again, Elgin in the power I formation. Sturmitz the long signal count. Rolls the right side on the keeper. He tucks it in himself. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Scott Sturmitz again calls his own number on the option right, and he's down at about the 2.
Well, you
see a good shot of him there on your screen.
You saw number 17, Greenhagel, come up and make a nice hit there. He came up and took on Scott Sturmitz head-to-head and made a fine tackle.
Well, Elgin will go for it now, and their fans get up on their feet here trying to urge them into the end zone. 4th and goal. They mark it at about near the 1 again. They cannot get the first down. They have to get it in for 6. And there you see it. It's that close on your screen. Here's the quarterback call from Sturmitz. Here's the fake. Hands off to the second man in for the touchdown. Jim Etman-Vicious getting in for the touchdown for Elgin from a yard out on 4th and goal. And he went in there without being brought to the ground standing up. So Jim Etman-Vicious gets in, and Elgin pads the lead again out to 24-8 with 9:10 to go.
Yeah, that was just a straight dive play with the power I formation, fullback lead, and Etman just followed his blockers through for the touchdown.
So Jim Etman-Vicious gets into the end zone, and Elgin back up with a 16-point lead. Now they're going to go for the extra point kick with Boney on. Weber to hold. The snap is high. He gets it down. The kick is up. And I think we might have some flags in on this one. It's good. Might be against Larkin here. Both teams running off. So Boney's extra point kick is good with 9:10 to go. And Elgin back up with a big lead, 26-8, as they get the touchdown from Etman-Vicious on 4th and goal. Good call right there. Instead of keeping it with Sturmitz, they use the power eye, and Etman-Vicious plows his way in there. You see it, number 33, into the end zone, standing up for the 6 points. So Elgin High School on the verge of closing out 88 season on a positive note here for Coach Dick Stevens. And Larkin, high expectations going into the season this year, but unless they can rally, they're going to finish below 500 here in 1988.
Elgin's trying to make it 3 wins in a row in this series. When the last 5, they've won 4.
Yeah, Elgin controlling the football here tonight. That's been the story of this ball game. They did not allow Larkin to touch the football in the first quarter, getting out to a 16-0 lead. And the teams have played dead even just about since then, although Elgin added another field goal with Boney towards the end of the second quarter. Each team has a touchdown here in the second half. There's the kickoff, but it's going to be blown dead by a penalty, probably offsides against Elgin. Jerry Eiserman has had himself a workout here tonight with our wireless microphone. You get to hear him once again. Yeah, apparently he's going to walk away. It's offside, I believe, against Elgin on the kickoff, so they set it back to the 35-yard line, and they'll try it again. Eric Boney, one of the stars of the offense tonight for the Elgin Maroons. 2 field goals, a couple of extra point kicks, and some big third down runs to keep drives alive for the Maroons. He kicks it up. He lines it up near the near side of the field, kicks it straight up. Let's see if Larkin has a chance to set up the return. They're going to go right with it. Still on his feet, getting outside the 30-yard line and down at about the 35-yard line into a host of people. Might have been Tim Dahl over there on the return man for Elgin Larkin. Brings it out into pretty good field position. And now with the wind pretty much at their backs here, you got to figure that Brian Jensen, with only 9 minutes to go, is going to be throwing the football here to close out this football game.
Well, I tell you, Jensen has shown he can put the ball in the air, and he's got the wind to his back.
He's also got a man in single coverage down below in the near side in front of your screen right there. There's a handoff right in the middle, short yardage at best, as Larkin keeps it on the ground. I think that call went with Tim Dahl, and he maybe got a yard or 2 at most, out to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 9. So the Elgin defense has done a good job tonight. They've been on the field far less than their counterparts from Larkin defensively. Only 1 touchdown for Larkin, that in the third quarter. Here's Jensen dropping back, 2nd and 9. He's short, remember, so he can't see over that line, and he's going to be sacked. And getting up and doing the big dance over there is Scott Davis for Elgin, 79, along with his teammate David Riley and the 2 seniors, or excuse me, Davis, a junior, getting in there to drop Jensen way back to about the 29-yard line. A loss of nearly 7 or 8 on the play. Let's watch it again. Here's Jensen dropping straight back. You see, not too tall. And here comes Davis. And also in on the play. Looked like it might have been Riley back there, and they each ganged up to make the stop for the loss. And here's Jensen dropping back, looking to set up the screen. The ball is tipped and falls incomplete. And very close to getting that loose tip was Paul Pennington, 75 for Elgin.
He's only a sophomore, the only sophomore on the team.
Just couldn't locate the football up in the air, and it falls incomplete. The pass might have been tipped there by Davis once again. So they tried to set up the screen, and Larkin, 3 downs and out offensively, going to have to kick it away. So Larkin now lines up in punt formation. Let's see if they go for a fake right here. It looks like they don't have enough men on the field. Here comes the 11th man. There's the snap. Elgin has blocked one before. That kick is off cleanly. 1 man back for Elgin. Lets it go. It rolls out of bounds. Let's see where they mark this one. A very short kick, even with the wind behind him. There you see Godfrey on your screen. Elgin gets the football once again on offense. The final weekend of regular season action. By the time you're watching this football game, of course, the playoffs will be underway. The IHSA announcing the pairings over the weekend. Neither one of these two teams involved, but Centel Sports will follow area teams into the playoffs. Wheaton North is already in. Looks like Wheaton Central. Also, West Aurora has an outside chance to get in as well. Don't forget about St. Charles, possibly Geneva as well. So a lot of good teams still involved in the playoffs. Here we go with a pitch out to the left side. Elgin on first down, very short yardage, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Atman Vicious over there, and maybe drop behind the line for a loss on the play. Elgin keeps the starters in there. Atman Vicious. This is his final game at Elgin as far as high school football is concerned. He's a 5'10 senior. Scored a touchdown tonight. Got to be very happy about that. There you see 84 on the sidelines. Very happy for Elgin's Lewis Johnson, a wide receiver. He's also a senior. Here's Sturmitz handing off on the 2nd down play and short yardage again. Pretty much straight ahead running now for Elgin. They're going to just try to use the time on the clock. 6:40 to go. 3rd down, about 7 yards to go. Ball marked in Larkin territory at about the 48-yard line. On the other hand, for Larkin, a disappointing season. Seems like it's dragging on forever with this ball game as well for them, the way they've been trailing on the scoreboard ever since the opening. To the 37, it'll be 2nd and 9. So the Elgin defense has done a good job tonight. They've been on the field far less than their counterparts from Larkin defensively. Only 1 touchdown for Larkin, that in the 3rd quarter. Here's Jensen dropping back, 2nd and 9. He's short, remember, so he can't see over that line, and he's going to be sacked. And getting up and doing a big dance over there is Scott Davis for Elgin, 79, along with his teammate David Riley and the 2 seniors, or excuse me, Davis, a junior, getting in there to drop Jensen way back. Going around, and finally they pile up at about the 47-yard line. Let's see if Larkin was able to get in there. That ball just blowing around in the wind near the ground as Sturmitz pitch out never did reach his man. It's going to be recovered by Elgin, but they're going to have to kick the football away on 4th down. A loss of about maybe 3 or 4 on the play. Let's watch it again on the replay. Boy, this pitch out just never got there. He's trying to get it back to Atman Vicious. It's being kicked around right there, and finally one of the Maroon offensive linemen got in to recover it.
It's not very often you see the wind affecting a pitch out, but I think that time it did.
Let's see if Larkin comes after the punt. Boney does get it off. A low line drive. Gets a good forward bounce. A chance at a return. Still on his feet. Still going, and finally getting outside the 35-yard line on the return over there. It looks like... was it
Brian Etter at 87, Brian Etter?
Brian Etter, yeah, 87 on the return.
Yeah, Etter did a nice job on the return there. He turned the ball back into the middle, put a little stutter step on Riley, and had a nice return of about 15, 20 yards.
Good kick by Boney against the wind. A low line drive, got a good bounce, but it bounced right into the hands of Etter on one hop, and he had a chance to run it back. So Larkin in pretty decent field position. Time is their enemy right now. 5 minutes to go. Jensen to throw. throws over the middle, and it's picked off. Picked off by, looks like Sturmitz. Scott Sturmitz towards the near sideline. He has a chance to break it. He's down all the way to the 17, 16-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Godfrey over there, and Sturmitz puts the finishing touches on this ball game with that interception. A great play. Jensen, under pressure, just threw it right into the arms of Sturmitz as the free safety reading the play all the way.
Oh, once again there we see that at the end of this play on the replay, you're going to see what this is all about.
There's Jensen throwing, carrying it right and almost intended for Sturmitz, the way that ball was picked off cleanly, and there he goes the other way. Finally, Godfrey knocks him out of bounds, and Dave, as you said, they got up patting each other. Good sportsmanship on the end of that play, even though it went against Larkin on that one.
Sturmitz doing it all today. Now he's back right at a quarterback.
Yeah, he's back in a quarterback to keep the starting lineup in there. Dick Stevens not going to pull him even with 4 minutes to go. Sturmitz rolls out on the option left, looking to pitch, does get it off to the side, going down to the corner and into the end zone is Atman Vicious. A great play by Sturmitz, holding the football as long as possible before he finally pitched it out to Atman Vicious, and he had nothing but daylight down the sidelines. He runs it in from 16 yards out, and Elgin leads it 32-8.
Well, you hit it right on the head there, Rick. Sturmitz held on to that ball as long as he possibly could until 2 tacklers came up to him. Makes a nice pitch here to that man, and he just turns on the burners, and he's gone into the corner of the end zone.
See him wait for the 2 men to commit there. They tried the containment on the outside, but Atman Vicious had nothing but open ground in front of him down the sidelines for the 6 points, his second touchdown here in this quarter.
He had to get in his best Walter Payton invitation there at the end of the play.
There's Boney again. His leg getting a workout tonight. The kick is good. The extra point added by Eric Boney with 4:20 to go. Elgin leading Larkin 33-8. And the Elgin Maroons are going to close out 88 on a very positive note. And they'll control the bragging rights here in Elgin for at least 1 year in football. Of course, there's always basketball coming up. Dave, you're involved in that, but nothing like a football game when you only play the team 1 time a year. You get the bragging rights.
I tell you the nice thing about it, we're going to be inside during basketball season.
The crowd getting smaller and smaller here because of the weather here tonight, especially on the Larkin side with their team out of this ball game right now. There you see the very happy Elgin Maroons. Dan Tripp right there, 55s, thumbs up. Mark Webb is our cameraman there on the sidelines. Doing a good job on a cold, windy night. Here we go again. Now we have the ball blowing off the tee. So Elgin will try it again. If you're joining us a little bit late in the broadcast here, it was all Elgin in the first quarter, which pretty much is the story of this football game. They control the ball with all 12 minutes. Got a field goal first. Went an onside kick, recover that, march for a touchdown afterwards. Got the extra point to make it 10-0. Did it again, recovered another onside kick, marched down, and scored on the final play of the first quarter to make it 16-0. And that's pretty much the story of the football game. Although Larkin did cut it to 19-8 here in the second half, but since then Elgin has added 2 touchdowns by Atman Vicious to put it away further. There's a line drive kick after the hold. And the ball getting to the far sideline, still running on his feet, trying to cut back towards the middle of the field and being gang tackled over there as one of the Larkin return men. Let's see who it is. It might be Dahl over there, 32. Yes, it is, Tim Dahl. Seeing action on special teams, trying to run one back on a big play, but really no place to go with that one as he cut it back towards the middle. They got him marking down at about the 27-yard line. Larkin takes over 1st and 10. 33-8 is our score. Elgin, if they could have only put together some games earlier like this season, they'd be looking at state playoff action the way they played in this game tonight. But as you mentioned, a lot of close games. I'm Rick Gooby along with Dave Cookland and Karen Anderson. Dave, you saw some of those close games. They lost in the last second to St. Charles on a field goal. They went ahead with under a minute to go, and then St. Charles took the kickoff and marched right down the field and got a field goal as time expired to win the game by 2 points. And then they gave Lake Park a very good battle last week, only losing by 7.
Well, you know, that's something you have to give the Maroon coaching staff a lot of credit for, and these young men on the ball club. They show a lot of character coming back. They could have folded up the tents and gone home after those 2 tough losses, but they bounced back very well today.
Second man through on the handoff, getting along the right side. That looks like Tim Dahl again for Larkin.
Roger Greenhagel's in at quarterback now.
Yeah, Roger Greenhagel going to finish up this ball game for the Royals. He's a big kid, too. He's only a junior. He could be their quarterback next year on the varsity. 6'4", 186. As you mentioned, though, Larkin, a very good sophomore team. You can't get any better than they did at 9-0, so they have a lot to look forward to, Ray Haley, next year.
Down is
Kids will be
one.
juniors, and they could be ranked very highly in the preseason in the Upstate 8 once again. And don't forget about Elgin, because they went to the final game as a sophomore unit before they lost here earlier to Larkin. They finished up their year 8-1, so both teams with a positive outlook next year. Here's a handoff on second down, or excuse me, there was a penalty back on that first down play. A 5-yard walk-off against the Royals. And on the first down carry, getting back to the original line of scrimmage almost, Tim Dow is going to bring up second down and about 11 yards to go. The ball marked at the 33-yard line. Final game of the season. Larkin now in the final 3 minutes of action. Greenhagel, the quarterback. I formation. Greenhagel going to roll out, looks to set up, still looking to throw downfield, has a man out there, incomplete. Trying to get it out to Godfrey out of the backfield, but great coverage over there by the linebacker for Elgin. Looked like Dan Tripp might have got out there. Elgin now substituting pretty liberally here as they bring in players on each play defensively.
Well, you know, as time runs down here, I think, and we look back at this ball game, I think we have to point out that the Maroons and Coach Stevens had a very solid game plan. They came out with some new looks on offense, running the reverses, the onside kicks. But the key is the players have to execute the plays, and they executed just about everything the coaching staff asked them to tonight.
Third down play, 11 yards to go. Greenhagel now going to drop back, play action fake, looks to throw over the middle. He's got a man out there, bobbled and incomplete. Trying to get it out in the middle of the field, looked like Rick Glover, the intended receiver, number 81, just couldn't hang on to the football, trying to make the fingertip grab as he was open near midfield. It'll bring up fourth down. So Larkin, even though they really have nothing to lose at this stage, still will bring on the punting unit on fourth down. Let's see if they might try to run a fake here. They need 11 for the first down. Good snap all the way through. Here comes the rush, and getting it off. A high kick with a Larkin bounce. Going to roll inside near the 30-yard line in Elgin territory before it's marked out of bounds on the far side of the field. In fact, maybe right